Welcome to St. Mary Family Field in the Alpine Village for a marquee matchup tonight between your St. Mary Snowbirds and the Breckenridge Huskies. I'm Tom Clemenson along with Tyler Blom. We've got Zach in the house as well, and welcome to the J&J Construction pregame show here tonight. Of course, you know, if you're going to start a home construction project, J&J is going to get you started, take you from the very beginning all the way down to the end, get you the keys into your new home or your newly remodeled home. They are trusted by everyone, respected by all. That's J&J Construction, a proud supporter of Gaylord St. Mary Athletics, and we sure love to have them on board. Well, I'll tell you what, we've got one dandy of a matchup. It's been pretty much easy rolling here for the St. Mary Snowbirds through most of the season. A little early, with Rudyard in week one. Pretty interesting game there, but ever since then, they have had the gas pedal mashed on full throttle, and last week was no exception. They went through and mauled another conference opponent, beating Pellston 54-8. Really was a shutout, though, until the final moments of the game when Pellston was finally able to punch it in the end zone and get the two-point conversion. The Snowbirds record, coming into tonight's game, a perfect 6-0. They're averaging over 43 points a game while only allowing a little over 10 from the opposition. Now tonight we expect David Wall, who made his 2025 debut last week, to take a big step forward, and he needs to. He was instrumental in the team's success on both sides of the line of scrimmage, down in the lines, in the trenches, the big guy moving folks around, and they're going to need him to do that, and others to step up tonight as well. Cal Royce remains out with a lower body injury. Joe Jacobson is also out with an upper body injury. We're expecting to see Joe next week when we host Holton here in Gaylord. And Charlie Cameron is dressed and back in the lineup. He'll play tonight. Look forward to seeing him back out there, and they're going to need him at his best. However, Breckenridge coming into town with a 4-2 record, and they're looking to give Gaylord its first loss of the season. The Huskies coming in on a high note after last week's 32-14 win over Fulton, improving to a 4-2 overall record. Now, their only losses came against two really tough mid-state opponents, 5-1 Merrill and the undefeated Blanchard Montebello team. Breckenridge averaging a little over 24 points a game while limiting opponents to about 22. Now, if the Huskies can get big games from their quarterback, Gavin Corbett, and their rusher, Isaac Bush, and limit the damage on defense behind solid play from Eli Chapin and Braxton Clapp, then Breckenridge has got a shot to get that ever tougher road win here in Gaylord, Michigan. Well, we'll look at how they might do that and some other keys to the game when the J&J Construction pregame show continues on Next Level Broadcasting.
Today's game is presented by J&J Construction, Gaylord Seal Coating, Robert T. Westerman, Attorney at Law, Professional Seamless Gutters, Schultz's Marathon Party Store, Mama Leone's, Raffy's Hibachi and Sushi Bar, The Powerhouse Gym, Gaylord Eye Care Center, Traverse City TVC Cherry Capital Airport, and Sky Media 45. We hope you are enjoying tonight's game.
Are you interested in building a new home or renovating an existing one? With over 100 years of combined experience, J&J Construction is one of the most reliable and respected general contractors in our service area. J&J is a trusted construction partner valued by architects, subcontractors, financiers, and most of all, their clients. J&J Construction has been completing quality homes and improvement projects that add value to the communities they serve. They bring a passion for innovation and a commitment to quality to every job they do. Call them today. Are you interested in building a new home or renovating an existing one? With over 100 years of combined experience, J&J Construction is one of the most reliable and respected general contractors in our service area. J&J is a trusted construction partner valued by architects, subcontractors, financiers, and most of all, their clients.
Hi, it's Kevin Klein from TVC Airport. We're proud to help keep you connected to high school sports in Northern Michigan, so you can stay all season long with TVC, your Northern Michigan connection.
We all know northern Michigan winters take a toll on our parking lots and driveways, but Gaylord Seal Coating has you covered. A proud sponsor of local high school athletics, Gaylord Seal Coating specializes in infrared seamless asphalt repair, hot pour crack filling, striping, and more. Need a new snowplow solution this winter? GSC can do that too. Commercial, residential, private roadways, and associations, Gaylord Seal Coating is your answer. Give them a call today at 989-732-5003.
Hi, I'm Orion, but you might know me for my business, Professional Seamless Gutters, where we specialize in, you guessed it, everything gutters. New installations, replacements, cleaning, leaf guards, rain chains, and much more. But unlike other service providers, when you call Professional Seamless Gutters, you get me, Orion, not some bum intern or call center recording. So when you're contemplating any services regarding your gutters on your home or pole barn, think Professional Seamless Gutters.
Are you interested in building a new home or renovating an existing one? With over 100 years of combined experience, J&J Construction is one of the most reliable and respected general contractors in our service area. J&J is a trusted construction partner valued by architects, subcontractors, financiers, and most of all, their clients. J&J Construction has been completing quality homes and improvement projects that add value to the communities they serve. They bring a passion for innovation and a commitment to quality to every job they do. Call them today.
Welcome back to the J&J Construction pregame show. And it's time we break down your keys to the game tonight for St. Mary. Health critical going into this home stretch. They've got 2 more regular season games, and they've got to maintain that health to maintain their position, especially with Inland Lakes coming up at the very end of the season, just 2 games away to find out who is going to be sitting atop the Ski Valley Conference when all the dust settles. Yes, David Wall going to be a big factor tonight as well in St. Mary's ability to control the line of scrimmage both ways. Charlie Cameron being dressed and ready to go is also a major boost for the Snowbirds. They're going to need Braden Dureski and George Mertz, and Cash Weissel to make the most of their opportunities as well. With Joe Jacobson out of the secondary, Eli Switalski is going to step in at cornerback, and of course he's our QB2 should the need arise for him to go into action as well. The Snowbirds defense, they've got to disrupt the Huskies' offensive rhythm and limit those sustained drives. Breckenridge hasn't shown a lot of explosiveness, but they are a resilient, methodical team. Now, the game going to be won or lost in the line of scrimmage for sure, but Breckenridge, they've got to be careful not to sell out and open themselves up for big plays. If they bring the secondary in prematurely, St. Mary quarterback Nathan O'Connell can hurt him over the top. Been really good with his legs and really good vision downfield, finding an open man in the seam or on that post play. And if he does, he can take the lid off with some really outstanding playmakers on the St. Mary side. Tyler, I mean, what are you seeing tonight so far with the warm-ups? Looking at Breckenridge out there as they're getting ready to do battle here on the field against the Snowbirds.
I'm seeing pass plays, which is really encouraging. This team is running and repping these pass plays, and for the most part, they're catching them. But just to see that they're comfortable with that aspect of the game, it's going to provide some variety that this conference doesn't really see too much of. So I know the Snowbirds defense are ready for the pass plays as far as their safeties and just pass hawks out there. They've got quite a few defensive weapons, but on the Snowbirds side, Tom, I think Charlie Cameron is going to be the difference maker in this game. I think he's going to disrupt on defense to their offense, and I also think that he's going to be a major protection to the Snowbirds offense as well.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think having him back in the lineup going to be a big plus. We didn't really get to see what that would look like when Wall was back in the lineup for the first time in 2025 last week in Pellston and Cameron was out. But can you imagine trying to handle both of those guys in pass pro or with regards to the rushing game? Both of those guys just able to really plug things up and then get penetration back there. So, yeah, going to be an exciting matchup tonight. Tyler and I both looking forward to this. We've been looking forward to this for a couple of 3 weeks now, right? So, going to see a pretty competitive game and looking forward to both teams coming out and taking the field here in just a few moments. Well, listen, the rest of the Ski Valley Conference is going to be out there taking care of business shortly, too. We've got a full slate of games there and Next Level Broadcasting with a full slate of games as well. We're going to get all that queued up for you, get you ready for the kickoff. That's all next on Next Level Broadcasting.
Are you interested in building a new home or renovating an existing one? With over 100 years of combined experience, J&J Construction is one of the most reliable and respected general contractors in our service area. J&J is a trusted construction partner valued by architects, subcontractors, financiers, and most of all, their clients. J&J Construction has been completing quality homes and improvement projects that add value to the communities they serve. They bring a passion for innovation and a commitment to quality to every job they do. Call them today.
Vision Source and Gaylord Eye Care are proud to be offering their services to local communities across northern Michigan. With locations in Gaylord, Boyne City, Bel Air, and Sheboygan, they're committed to serving you and providing a trusted source of credentials and expertise. If you're struggling with anything vision related, then don't hesitate to schedule a consultation and meet their friendly and experienced staff for yourself.
Hi, I'm Orion, but you might know me for my business, Professional Seamless Gutters, where we specialize in, you guessed it, everything gutters. New installations, replacements, cleaning, leaf guards, rain chains, and much more. But unlike other service providers, when you call Professional Seamless Gutters, you get me, Orion, not some bum intern or call center recording. So when you're contemplating any services regarding your gutters on your home or pole barn, think Professional Seamless Gutters.
We all know northern Michigan winters take a toll on our parking lots and driveways, but Gaylord Seal Coating has you covered. A proud sponsor of local high school athletics, Gaylord Seal Coating specializes in infrared seamless asphalt repair, hot pour crack filling, striping, and more. Need a new snowplow solution this winter? GSC can do that too. Commercial, residential, private roadways, and associations, Gaylord Seal Coating is your answer. Give them a call today at 989-732-5003.
Today's game is presented by J&J Construction, Gaylord Seal Coating, Robert T. Westerman, Attorney at Law, Professional Seamless Gutters, Schultz's Marathon Party Store, Mama Leone's, Raffy's Hibachi and Sushi Bar, The Powerhouse Gym, Gaylord Eye Care Center, Traverse City TVC Cherry Capital Airport, and Sky Media 45. We hope you are enjoying tonight's game.
Are you interested in building a new home or renovating an existing one? With over 100 years of combined experience, J&J Construction is one of the most reliable and respected general contractors in our service area. J&J is a trusted construction partner valued by architects, subcontractors, financiers, and most of all, their clients. J&J Construction has been completing quality homes and improvement projects that add value to the communities they serve. They bring a passion for innovation and a commitment to quality to every job they do. Call them today.
Welcome back to the J&J Construction pregame show. Tom Clemenson here with you. We've got Tyler Blom running the camera and providing some color commentating expertise here tonight. We've also got Zach Kennedy working the magic behind the controls. Want to say thanks to them, and thanks to all of you tuning in tonight for the ball game. Michael K already chiming in. Shout out to Yoga with Chris. And hopefully we've got some folks from Breckenridge. Know it's a little bit of a drive, so if friends and family down there couldn't make it to the game, make sure they tune in via nextlevelbroadcasting.net. It's absolutely free. No subscription required. You just dial that up, nextlevelbroadcasting.net, and you can watch the game and not miss a single bit of the action. Hopefully we keep our power and you shouldn't miss a single play. All right, so we've got lots going on around the conference, Ski Valley Conference. Busy, busy, busy. Let's take a look. 3-2 Central Lake is at Onaway at 2-4. Trojans looking to get a bounce-back win after falling to a very tough Onekama team last week. Bel Air still looking for their first win, and tonight might be their chance. They're hosting Forest Area, and yes, their best opportunity next week. Mayo is in town, and Onekama is the final game on their regular season schedule. 3-3 Pellston, they've got their hands full on the road tonight against Co-Ski Valley leader Inland Lakes. Bulldogs coming off a 51-0 beatdown of Rogers City last week. And another action on Next Level tonight. Huge test for the Traverse City St. Francis Trojans on the road against Pontiac Notre Dame Prep. Despite that 4-2 record, the Fighting Irish playing stiff competition down south in the great state of Michigan, making this a really good measuring stick game for both teams. That one underway. We'll check in with a score in just a little bit. Elk Rapids hosting Tawas. Charlevoix hosting Mansalona. All those games are available live and on demand on nextlevelbroadcasting.net. And that is going to do it for the J&J Construction pregame show. A couple notes that we just wanted to mention. Looking at that Breckenridge team as they get ready to come out on the field, Tyler, some of the names that popped out when we were sort of doing some research on the Know the Foe segment here. Looking at Isaac Bush, number 9, a junior running back. And he's one that's a couple of weeks ago, 249 yards, just ripped him off. And so he's somebody we definitely want to keep eyes on. Gavin Corbett as well, good with his legs and good with his arm. Yes, number 10 is a sophomore, grade 10 as well, right? Eli Chapin, the freshman, we'll see him out of there as a DB, number 11. Eli Chapin, another one who makes some big plays, not only in the secondary and some pass defense, but you'll also see him get involved with some of that run protection as well. And one of the names and numbers we picked up quite early here in warm-ups, and we've seen him on the stat sheets as well, Braxton Clapp, the senior. We'll see him line up in a variety of positions, I'm sure, both up in the line of scrimmage as well as in that linebacker position. Now your St. Mary Snowbirds coming out onto the field, and we're excited to get this one underway in just a couple of moments. Of course, we'll have a moment to reflect on our great nation and, of course, our God, and we'll be back with your kickoff. That's all next on Next Level Broadcasting.
Today's game is Gaylord Seal Coating, Robert T. Westerman, Attorney at Law, Professional Seamless Gutters, Schultz's Marathon Party Store, Mama Leone's, Raffy's Hibachi and Sushi Bar, The Powerhouse Gym, Gaylord Eye Care Center, Traverse City TVC Cherry Capital Airport, and Sky Media 45. We hope you are enjoying tonight's game.
Are you interested in building a new home or renovating an existing one? With over 100 years of combined experience, J&J Construction is one of the most reliable and respected general contractors in our service area. J&J is a trusted construction partner valued by architects, subcontractors, financiers, and most of all, their clients. J&J Construction has been completing quality homes and improvement projects that add value to the communities they serve. They bring a passion for innovation and a commitment to quality to every job they do. Call them today. We all know northern Michigan winters take a toll on our parking lots and driveways, but Gaylord Seal Coating has you covered. A proud sponsor of local high school athletics, Gaylord Seal Coating specializes in infrared seamless asphalt repair, hot pour crack filling, striping, and more. Need a new snowplow solution this winter? GSC can do that too. Commercial, residential, private roadways, and associations, Gaylord Seal Coating is your answer. Give them a call today at 989-732-5003.
Hi, I'm Orion, but you might know me for my business, Professional Seamless Gutters, where we specialize in, you guessed it, everything gutters. New installations, replacements, cleaning, leaf guards, rain chains, and much more. But unlike other service providers, when you call Professional Seamless Gutters, you get me, Orion. Not some bum intern or call center recording. So when you're contemplating any services regarding your gutters on your home or pole barn, think Professional Seamless Gutters.
Hi, it's Kevin Klein from TVC Airport. We're proud to help keep you connected to high school sports in Northern Michigan, so you can stay in the game all season long with TVC, your Northern Michigan connection.
Are you interested in building a new home or renovating an existing one? With over 100
Hey, welcome back to our coverage of tonight's matchup between Gaylord St. Mary, the Snowbirds, undefeated at 6-0. Breckenridge Huskies in town tonight. 4-2 record, but don't let that fool you. They've got some tough competition in mid-Michigan, and one of the teams that beat them undefeated, yeah, Montebello, man, those guys are something else. And, of course, yeah, we've got a heck of a matchup for you tonight. St. Mary's been ready for this one. It's a good measuring stick for both schools tonight. Of course, Breckenridge on the road looking to upset what so far has been a perfect season. But you know what, Tyler? They're going to have to be the Snowbirds perfect if they want to win this one. This should not be a cakewalk by any stretch of the imagination. Also want to just quick shout out from some of our viewers down in Breckenridge who couldn't make it up tonight. Shout out for player Trey Most, number 3, the senior out here. Most of his family is up attending the game, but he's got some fans that are watching on our Next Level Broadcasting channel. You can get that on YouTube or right off the web. And, of course, remember, that costs absolutely nothing. So spread the word and don't miss a single play. So it was Breckenridge that won the toss, and they will defer. Start off kicking this one off to your Snowbirds. Should mention again that Cal Royce, normally he's the guy that's going to be back there fielding those kicks. He's going to be out tonight. So that's George Mertz, the junior, who falls down on that one and just covers it up. So St. Mary with decent field position, going to start out 1st and 10 just across the 20-yard line.
The kickoff has been made. We're going to see how this first play shakes out. Who's ready for this first snap?
So another quick shout out from Sarah Pratt. She wants to say, go Cadence, number 60. Plenty of fans from down below watching this one as we see Logan Grenier take the first carry up the middle and finds a little bit of room as he gets just about to the 30-yard line.
Nice. Yeah, that was a nice tackle by number 3. He was Trey Most. You just mentioned his name. I mean, he was all over that.
And again, this is a defense that hasn't really, outside of Marion, hasn't really given up a lot of big plays. They generally do a pretty good job containing offenses, but I'm not sure if they've seen one that's quite as dynamic as this as you watch Chummy take this one up the middle, and he's going to get enough for the first down. Nice quarterback keeper there by the sophomore starting quarterback. It's good to see him healthy as well.
Braxton Clapp on the tackle, and you could just tell from that very first tackle, he's not playing games. He held on tight, and he didn't let go.
He's definitely one of the senior leaders. You're going to see him a lot tonight on the defensive side, especially for Breckenridge. Really count on him to sort of be a run stopper. Shotgun formation, and O'Connell's going to keep that one again. He's going to run that left side and get away from the pressure there. He's able to get it almost to first down. And you saw Charlie Cameron dropping the pancake there as the play kind of went forward, and he was finishing his block and then some.
Yeah, so far so good. Snowbirds marching up the field rather methodically, but I'm not seeing any discrepancies in this defense either. They're kind of keeping right up with them.
Conditions out on the field, of course, it's wet. We've had rain all day, but a great field. Drains really well, so we shouldn't see any standing waters as Greenier finds his way out across the 45-yard line. It's going to get a first down.
That was Braxton Clapp on the tackle again.
He's going to be busy, too, in that run game. We've seen, just from looking at some of the coverage of their season so far, he's been instrumental in playing that defensive role as a leader there in the trenches for the Huskies. So 1st and 10 now as we approach midfield. O'Connell in the shotgun. He's going to keep it again. Heavy dose of run so far. Going to get a few on there. He's just hard to bring down. He's not only, he's kind of tall. You'd think he presents a big target, but he's really good about getting his shoulders low and got some pretty strong legs as well. So mixing some speed and power there, Nathan O'Connell.
Yeah, he's fun to watch. Isaac Bush on that tackle. Whole defense for these Huskies are getting involved here. That's a good sign if you're the defensive coordinator.
And Bush is one you're going to want to watch on offense as well. He runs out of that running back position. O'Connell, again, going to keep this one. And they're just going to do a Sharon Moore here and say, you're going to have to stop the run.
Eli Chapin helped with that tackle. Yeah, stop the run. I mean, it sounds like that they're just going to kind of bang up Chummy a little bit here at the beginning of this game. He's getting his shoulder pads engaged here.
That's the thing about O'Connell. He's not afraid to hit. He actually enjoys it. And as good as he's played this year at quarterback, you really got to find, his real skill is as a linebacker. He just likes to lay the wood to people, and you'll see him not only in the on the blitz packages, but does a really good job in run and pass coverage in that linebacker position. We got a timeout on the field, and that's going to be a Gaylord St. Mary timeout. So with that, we'll go ahead and step aside, pay a couple of bills, and so far, so good for the Snowbirds. 3rd and 1 when we return on Next Level Broadcasting.
Hi, it's Kevin Klein from TVC Airport. We're proud to help keep you connected to high school sports in Northern Michigan, so you can stay in the game all season long with TVC, your Northern Michigan connection.
All right, welcome back. Coming out of that timeout, Snowbirds just trying to sort of get their strategy figured out here as they're across midfield all the way down to the 44-yard line. 3rd and 1 now. And we've got O'Connell in the shotgun. He's got Greenier in the backfield with him. Logan feeling pretty good tonight. And there goes O'Connell as he breaks one open up the middle. Now he's got a little bit of a seam. Seeing that speed, but a really nice tackle to save the touchdown.
Number 42. That's that Carter Sir right there.
That was a touchdown saver right there as O'Connell found his way through, found a hole and got himself down that right sideline. Really nice gain by the sophomore quarterback. So that's going to bring up 1st and 10. We're in the red zone.
Yeah, it's had to happen. Nathan was just punching that ticket the whole drive. He finally found some space.
They are absolutely just challenging them to stop that run. Greenier now in the backfield with O'Connell. And O'Connell's going to keep this one, too, as he weaves his way through and going to be short, obviously, of the goal line, but he's right about the 6. So that's going to bring up second and goal from the 6.
A fully rested up Nathan O'Connell. I mean, he started off with a bang in the beginning of the season, and since then had some really good rest time. Some needed, some not. And now we're seeing the fruits of all of that rest time.
So here we go, second and goal now from the 6. Grenier set up behind O'Connell. He's going to hand it to him. Logan not able to really find a whole lot of room as he stood up. We've got a flag down on the play. Looked like Grenier got inside the 5.
Grenier up the left side of that.
No lack of emotion for the Huskies. They are absolutely bringing it.
This is going to be a hold on St. Mary, so that's going to reset the play, and of course they'll march that one back. Going to bring up second and long.
One side of the sky, Tom, beautiful, open, clear. The other side looks like Gotham City.
So just want to point out, too, Breckenridge travels very, very well. They've got the faithful up here on the right side of the bleachers, and absolutely excited and cheering on their team tonight. We appreciate them coming up. Second and goal now on the 14-yard line. And it's going to be a keeper again as O'Connell finds some room up the middle. Shakes one loose, and he's in the end zone. Looked like he was going to be down around the 7-yard line, but he spun out of that. He was able to get loose, and Nathan O'Connell scores for the Snowbirds on a beautiful second effort. Great run play by O'Connell.
That's just ridiculous. What a great move.
There's not a lot he can't do. Chummy on the score. All right, here we go. St. Mary for 2. And again, we've got Grenier in the backfield. Braden Dureski as well. Probably see him do some carrying as well. And it's going to be another spin move from O'Connell. Not sure if he got in, waiting for the signal from the officials. And we've got both of them saying just short of the goal line. So no good on the 2-point conversion. It's going to be 6-0, 8:04 in the ball game. We're going to step aside, pay a bill. We'll be back with more St. Mary football on Next Level Broadcasting.
Vision Source and Gaylord Eye Care are proud to be offering their services to local communities across northern Michigan. With locations in Gaylord, Boyne City, Bel Air, and Sheboygan, they're committed to serving you and providing a trusted source of credentials and expertise. If you're struggling with anything vision related, then don't hesitate to schedule a consultation and meet their friendly and experienced staff for yourself.
All right, welcome back. St. Mary getting ready to kick this one off to Breckenridge. Capitalizing on their first possession on offense. Not able to get the 2-point conversion, but the 6-0 lead. And Breckenridge about to see their offense here in a couple of moments. It's an offense that so far this season we haven't seen a lot of explosive plays, but they are tenacious and they are very, very driven as that one goes out of bounds, driven out of bounds, and that'll be 1st and 10 now on the 35 for Breckenridge. Methodical approach. I guess that's probably the best way to put it with Breckenridge. And it'll be interesting to see if they're focused on a run game approach or if they're going to mix it up a little bit. Hard to say with warm-ups what that really meant, but it seemed like they were pretty balanced in the play calling in the warm-up portion.
Yeah, I really hope we see some passing out of this team.
Cabot there in the shotgun. He's going to drop back. Looks across the middle, over the top rather, and that's going to go a little bit out of bounds there, a little wide for his intended receiver.
I think this drive is going to tell the story of the entire game, to be honest with you.
We'll see.
They can bring the energy and they can kind of match the march up the field that the Snowbirds had. We're going to have a game on our hands, Tom.
Gavin Cabot, sophomore quarterback for Breckenridge. He's got Eli Chapman wind out wide to the left, and it's Cabot on the keeper as he gets a couple of yards, but good coverage on that run play from St. Mary. And that's going to bring up 3rd and probably 8.
Yeah, that was a great run by Gavin Corbat. Is that a keep? Did he keep that, Tom?
It was, yes.
That's the name of the game right now. Both teams are doing quarterback keeps all day.
So keep an eye on Chapin again. He's split out wide to the left. He's going to go across. It's a quick dump pass. That's going to be enough for a first down. Makes a couple of moves, and a couple of Snowbirds miss before he's finally brought down well across midfield to about the 42-yard line. Breckenridge on a nice pass play, moving the ball well.
Carter, sir, he was the one that had that touchdown stopping tackle here on the right-hand sideline. And that was a beautiful catch and about 3 moves he put together there, Tom.
So Sir is still back in the backfield now, and it's Corbett's going to drop back to pass, looking to the left side. Oh, he was looking for Chapin, but not able to hang on to it. Was a little bit short. He tried to come back for it, but not able to grab a hold. 2nd and 10.
Yeah, we're seeing the pass game right now, and it's a beautiful sight to watch. Not too many in the Northern Michigan conferences are able to string together consecutive pass plays, quite like I've seen early on here with the Breckenridge Huskies.
Well, it's one of the things, too, we haven't seen a lot in the conference either as far as conference opponents. You know, it might be with 4 receivers now, it might be the pass game to try and get the run game going. And that one almost jumped. Eli Switalski jumped in there and knocked that one free. If he'd had one more step, he probably was going to take that one to the house.
Yeah, that was close, Tom.
Want to say thanks to Chip Vernier for the Go Birds. Appreciate you watching on our YouTube channel.
Subscribe and hit the bell, guys. Harass us a little bit in the comments. We'll shout you out.
Michael K is in the house tonight too. So if we're gonna get beat up, he's gonna be the one laying the lumber to us. We appreciate Michael chiming in tonight.
Oh, we got a penalty or something going on here.
Got some hands clapping on the St. Mary's side. See what the call is. Probably a little bit of a delay of game. So that's the thing. You got to watch that. You got to watch that back, Judge. You'll see the hand goes up. You got 5 seconds, and then he starts counting them off. You go to the other side, Tyler, over to your old alma mater. Gaylord Blue Devils are notorious, or at least they used to be notorious for the delay of game penalties when I was calling them over there.
Oh, yeah.
It was frustrating. There's Corbett. He's going to keep that one. Looking for a little bit of a seam. Tried that left side. It just wasn't there. And it looks like we might have a injured player there. Now he's going to get up. That's the big guy there, Braxton Clapp, who was a little bit shook up on that one.
Just the color of the jerseys in that neck brace is kind of reminiscent of Brian Urlacher.
A little bit, yeah, a little bit. Of course, in 8-player, he's on the line, but he's built like a linebacker, like a traditional linebacker. So definitely likes contact, too, from what we've seen so far. Corbett now, shotgun. He's got 4 receivers, and he's got Cameron there. And wow, a big play nearly made there by Breckenridge. Cabot did a great job getting that ball out. His receiver just couldn't quite hang on to it, and he had his DB beat on that play. That was Cash Weissel on there, was trying to get a hand in, but just short. So turnover on downs is going to give the St. Mary Snowbirds offense another shot at it.
Yep, that Cash Weissel was getting animated with it. He wanted to let everybody know that he was there to disrupt that play.
So got to mention Chip Vernier. He's saying people on the streets are asking if the Birds are the best team in the state. And I think we'll know that for sure in about 2 weeks as Grenier tries to go up that left side just off the tackle and not able to find much. Breckenridge does an excellent job on the coverage there.
What I'm noticing right off the bat, Tom, is that the Huskies starting unit, they're all able to do it all. They're tackling, they're making plays on offense, so very keyed in here on how this terrific offense is going to stack up against this defense that is very ambiguous.
So that's going to bring up 2nd and 10. No gain on the last play. Grenier stays in the backfield for the St. Mary Snowbirds, and there's that pass over the top. Receiver just couldn't quite shake it loose. That was Dureski. Tried to get him loose. He had a step. Problem was he was a little bit discombobulated there on his pattern. Got turned around a bit. It's easy to do.
Potential to be beautiful. I mean, these connections. The Snowbirds are showcasing everything this season. They're running
is actually the first pass play we've seen, though, Tyler. That's been run, run, run. So,
yeah, that's true. I bet you we see a lot more passing, though, as the variety kicks up.
All right, we'll see. Here we go. We've got Greenier and Dureski, and it's O'Connell who's loose and in the. He's all the way in the end zone. There's a touchdown for Nathan O'Connell, his second one.
You can't stop him. He's galloping like a horse in a Mustang's engine compartment.
That's the GT version right there, boy.
He turned it right on, and he got to where he was going.
Couple of steps to get into the hole, and that's the thing we got to point out is a really nice size hole for him to run through to get into that second level, and then a couple of moves later, and it's just off to the races. Excellent run by Nathan O'Connell, and an excellent job up front in the blocking. Charlie Cameron is just a beast up there. And he also got to give a quick shout out too to one of his compadres. It looked like Lucas Greenier in there as well, as they go for two, not going to get there. So your score after a couple of plays, a couple of turns down the field, 12-0 St. Mary, 5:25 to go here in the first quarter. We'll be back with more on Next Level Broadcasting.
We all know Northern Michigan winters take a toll on our parking lots and driveways, but Gaylord Seal Coating has you covered. A proud sponsor of local high school athletics, Gaylord Seal Coating specializes in infrared seamless asphalt repair, hot pour crack filling, striping, and more. Need a new snowplow solution this winter? GSC can do that too. Commercial, residential, private roadways, and associations, Gaylord Seal Coating is your answer. Give them a call today at 989-732-5003.
All right, welcome back. In the middle of the kickoff here is we've got Breckenridge again with the ball approaching that midfield mark.
Carter Sir right there with the catch. He seems to be doing it all too, Tom.
He's been busy. We've called his name a couple of times. Was looking to see Isaac Bush in that backfield, but so far it's not been the case. And again, we're looking at a 3 wide receiver set. We've seen plenty of 3, a lot of 4 as well. Got him coming off the edge. Corbett's able to get loose, and he's got himself some room down the right sideline. One man to beat. Switalski gets the ankle and pushes him out of bounds.
Wow, I mean, he was just kind of waiting, very patient in the pocket with that one, and just chose when to go. And he got a major 40-yard run there.
So we had a little bit of a blitz coming in from that right side, as Corbett would have been looking at him. And I think they keyed in on the running back and missed the fact that Corbett still had the ball. He definitely had an angle on him, but he went for the running back instead, and that left a line open for Corbett to take it up that right side.
Good old misdirection.
It's very, very difficult to overcome that, too, with 8 players. He throws one, going to be incomplete. Good pressure coming in, too, from St. Mary. Again, that was Greenier. Lucas bringing the pressure in.
Yeah, not a lot of time to think in there. And I think if he would have had just a split more second of comfortability in that pocket, it would have been a different story. But good on the Snowbirds for that pressure.
And forced that pass a little prematurely, and he was smart to throw that one away. Good coverage, too, by the secondary for Gaylord St. Mary. And again, Breckenridge not really in a rush as they're working their signals in from the sidelines. Got 3 receivers this time. Some options as Corbett flushed out of the pocket. He goes for the end zone. He had a man that was well covered, though.
Corbett chased down in the backfield.
Yeah, that's, you know, these passes, it's either he's feeling the pressure from the defense or he's kind of shaking the rust off here a little bit.
Mertz was underneath. He had the underneath coverage and had a good angle. And that, honestly, if that ball had been on target,
3rd and 10.
At that sort of trajectory, Mertz had a play on that ball.
Yeah, definitely potential touchdown there, and it's good to see that it is a potential. You know, they're running these plays, and it's all that's missing from him is the connection.
Watch Charlie Cameron. He's on the right side of that offensive line. We're looking at just 2 receivers here. One in the backfield. Corbett's going to take it. Good coverage as he's taken tackle for a loss.
That's number 30, Logan Grenier was there.
And Charlie Cameron in the backfield.
Yeah, Cameron also getting home as well. 5-yard loss on that, 4th down.
Bring up 4th and 15 from the
There was
25.
4 or 5 Snowbird jerseys there, ready to just swallow him up. I mean, that's just, it's hard to make a play out of that.
Well, and it was a swarm of them, which is a good thing. Corbett's showing some ability to find, if you give him any kind of an outlet, he will find it. There wasn't any that time. Good defense by the Snowbirds. As Corbett looks back, he's going to throw the little fade route on the seam, and he's got it. And that is enough for the 1st down.
What
All the
catch.
way down inside the 5. Looks like they're going to spot that about the 2 or the 3.
Trey Most out there doing the most. 5-finger, maybe even a 10-finger snatcher right out of the air.
So 1st and goal now from the 2-yard line. Corbett's going to keep that one. He's going to look for the right side. Tripped up, but he's able to stay on his feet. Finally drugged down, but not before he gets it inside the end zone for a Breckenridge Huskies touchdown.
Golly, that looked like it hurt bad. He got folded like some cardboard out there.
Yeah, he definitely got swarmed there by a host of Snowbirds trying to bring him down. A little bit slow to get up, but he's going to get in there and go for that 2-point conversion.
I mean, how do you power forward when you got 3 people hanging off the back of you and you're still just able to crawl into the end zone?
Little trickeration going on here with the extra point attempt. And they're going to do a sideways snap. That was an interesting play. One we'll definitely have to go back and look at some point in time. I haven't quite seen that before. Have you, Tyler? A snap to the side?
See, if I was a coach, that'd be the type of plays that I'd be calling right out of the box creative-wise. I mean, Carter Sir, he's just there to get it. And then it's just one of the 3 right in the end zone. That was beautifully executed.
So your score at 4:06 here in the 1st quarter, 12-8. We're going to step aside for a moment. Back with more on Next Level Broadcasting.
Are you interested in building a new home or renovating an existing one? With over 100 years of combined experience.
Hi, it's Kevin Klein from TVC Airport. We're proud to help keep you connected to high school sports in Northern Michigan, so you can stay in the game all season long with TVC, your Northern Michigan connection.
All right, welcome back. Breckenridge makes good on the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. A little bit of a pooch kick, going to stay in bounds, knocked out of bounds by Eli Switalski. Good heads-up play there to make sure that there was going to be nothing bad coming of a mishandle on that. And so your St. Mary Snowbirds going to take over 1st and 10.
We got a game, 8-12 here. Whittling down on this 1st quarter, Tom. I've liked what I've seen so far from both sides of the field. We've got some variety in the offensive weaponry, and both defenses are kind of hanging on to each other.
So far a tight game. It's been a whole lot of Nathan O'Connell behind that offensive line that's just making all kinds of space for him so far tonight. O'Connell again, shotgun. Looked like he was going to run, but he goes pass over the top. He had Charlie Cameron with just a step. Looked like it hit him in the hands and wasn't able to bring it in. And I'll tell you what, normally the big fella's got really soft hands. I'm not sure if he just lost track of the ball. He was kind of doing that whole look over your shoulder kind of thing. And boy, it is difficult. It is just difficult in any circumstance to try and bring one of those in.
Well, I tell you what, that ball's probably soaking wet and this field's slippery too. I mean, that could have been a proponent on that play, Tom.
So he did a Dan Skipper and reported eligible that time. He'll be back on that right side of the line. So 2nd and 10 here. Chummy's going to hand that one to Grenier, and Logan's got it. He's got some room, and then some. He's able to shake loose. It's going to take more than 1 or 2 to get him down as he gets it across the 45-yard line down to about the 47.
Isaac Bush on the tackle. I mean, grateful he was there because, I mean, he had some steam going to him.
1st and 10 from the 46.
Shout out from Yoga with Chris. She says Maya is watching. Maya is I'm not sure if she's a cattle dog mix or I don't know. Hard to say.
Border collie, maybe a little bit Australian shepherd.
She's got some crazy in her, I can tell you that. All right, Grenier again with the carries. He smashes his way up the middle across midfield down to about the 47-yard line. He is a load for anybody, and we've got one player down from the Breckenridge side here. We've got an official timeout while they see to him. It looks like he's in some pain. We're going to go ahead and step aside and let the training staff handle that and be back in a moment with more football here on Next Level Broadcasting.
Are you interested in building a new home or renovating an existing one? With over 100 years of combined experience, J&J Construction is one of the most reliable and respected general contractors in our service area. J&J is a trusted construction partner valued by architects, subcontractors, financiers, and most of all, their clients. J&J Construction has been completing quality homes and improvement projects that add value to the communities they serve. They bring a passion for innovation and a commitment to quality to every job they do. Call them today.
All right, welcome back out of the injury timeout. That was Isaac Bush hobbled up on that last play. He's helped off the field and over to the sideline where they'll see to him. St. Mary now with the ball, 2nd and about 3 yards. They're on the Breckenridge 47-yard line.
What it was, Tom, is just a lot of weight on that last play.
On top of him. And there's O'Connell. Is he going to get that first down? It looks like the ball was out. Breckenridge signaling that they've got it. Keep in mind there's a flag on the play from the side judge. So let's see what we've got here as the officials confer. O'Connell on the keeper. Appeared to be a helmet on the ball that might have knocked that one loose. Got to see what the flag is. Yeah, and Breckenridge is going to keep that. It's a holding call going to go against St. Mary. Declined, obviously, as Breckenridge gets the ball back on the turnover.
If I'm Coach O'Connell, I'm paying real special attention to what just happened there on that drive. Charlie Cameron and Logan Grenier. That is a explosive shotgun package.
So now it's time for the St. Mary defense, going to have to buckle down. Shout out from Robert McGuire. He's cheering on the Grenier boys from Babcock Ranch, Florida. Corbett now trying to find some room on the right side, and he drops the ball, and St. Mary is on top of it.
None other than number 9.
And the signal, and of course no replay, but the signal is showing it's going to be a Snowbird ball, as Cash Weissel is a little bit slow getting up, but he's able to get up on his own power. So St. Mary gets it right back on a fumble from the Breckenridge quarterback.
Also in on that tackle.
I mean, it's chilly out here, but it's a little game of hot potato going on between these two teams, Tom.
Yeah, and I think Robert McGuire's got it right. He's watching from the warmth of Florida. Tonight, it's a little chilly here in good old northern Michigan. If you're here in the stands, 53 degrees and mostly clear skies, a little bit of a breeze.
Yep, I cooked a nice little crock of chili.
Oh, that is a little bit of heaven right there. As O'Connell takes it again up the middle, he's going to get a few. And again, aggressive defense trying to get that ball.
4 yards.
You saw a clap trying to strip that one loose.
Up to the 45-yard line.
Oh, yeah.
Braxton Clapp.
So 4 yards going to be on that carry. About 3.5. 2nd and 7 now. On the 44-yard line.
It's a 4-meat Mountain Man Garden Harvest chili.
Sounds delicious.
I mean, it was fed 9 people for 4 days, so I'm happy about it.
Goodness. O'Connell again going to keep that as he gets in behind his blockers, and he's not going down on that one. They'll give him forward progress, but he's not going down easily.
Yeah, that's tough to do, and he's smart too. He's right behind his blockers. I mean, it looked like number 30. Who would that be? That'd be Logan Grenier, and obviously that's going to really help you. Just sneaking around, finding a hole, buying you some time.
So that's going to bring up 3rd and short with the St. Mary timeout. Also want to mention Charlie Cameron coming off the field. I'm not sure what he's got going on. A little bit of a physical issue there of some kind. But want to give a quick shout out to Gaylord Seal Coating. If you've grown up in Michigan, you know how those cracked roads and parking lot pavement just gets beat up. And you can't trust that. The potholes the size of offensive linemen, it is rough out there. If your driveway or parking lot or other surface needs an overhaul, make sure you check out the pros at Gaylord Seal Coating. And Gaylord Seal Coating, they've got you covered. Also, your gutters, make sure you take care of those before the snow flies. Professional Seamless Gutters is there to take care of you. Always there when you need them to be. And our good friend Orion Beningo going to take care of you. That's why they're called Professional Seamless Gutters, because they are pros. They'll answer your calls. Give them a call, 989-619-3407, and tell them Next Level Broadcasting sent you. 3rd and 2 here. Grenier in the backfield with O'Connell. He's got the ball up the middle, smashing his way through. Looks like he might be about a yard short of the first.
Grenier up the middle near the
Number
first down
60,
marker.
Cadence Gilbert, was there for the initial contact.
Stop just short.
Yeah, going to be about a half a yard short of that first down.
We'll bring up 4th and less
You
than
know
1.
those things that when you're a business person, you keep on your desk on a high-rise corporate situation? It's kind of like balls on strings, and they just knock into each other.
Uh-huh.
That's exactly what happened on that Grenier run into Cadence.
I need somebody to chime in on the chat and let me know. I don't even know what those are called. What are those called? We got to find out.
Maybe like an inversion abacus. I don't even know.
That is something else. Hard count got a jump out of Breckenridge, and so they're going to get their first down the easy way. O'Connell does a really good job, and that's one of those plays that's worked against St. Mary most of the year. We've seen them get better as of late, but finally going to see that work for us. Nathan O'Connell with the hard count gets the easy 5, moves the chains now. 1st and 10 at the 34.
Aha, how the tables have turned.
If it works, you use it. Dureski in that up back position. Grenier is set up in the backfield behind O'Connell. He'll take that one. He's got a big seam tripped up, though. Looked like he was going to maybe get through that. He was lining up on that cornerback for Breckenridge, which would have been a bad day for him, but he tripped up. Good for about 5, maybe 6 yards on that one.
I totally agree with you, Tom. I mean, that was what you call like a cleat string tackle right there.
So, you know, the thing with Grenier is he punishes the secondary, and it's kind of a strategy I've seen in ice hockey where a really, really aggressive forecheck in the first period will cause defensemen to shake that puck loose quickly. As O'Connell tries the right side, and he's going to be knocked out of bounds. So what you'll see is defensemen they're not even looking for the outlet pass. They're just trying to get it up the boards and try and avoid getting crushed.
I'm with you. That makes sense. That's what we're seeing here on the field.
Something tells me, though, it's going to take an awful lot to get any of those secondary players there for the Breckenridge defense to be too intimidated by anything. They have definitely stepped up to the challenge. 8 seconds to go here in the first quarter. 1st and 10 from the 24. O'Connell, high snap, he pulls it down. Greenier again, looking for some room up the middle, and he's not going to get it.
Greenier tries the middle of that line.
I am so impressed. Bentley McLaren with the defense of the Huskies. I mean, they are where they need to be, and they're playing with some intensity. I don't think the Snowbirds have seen this yet this season. They're definitely getting some competition thrown at them right now.
That's going to do it for the first quarter, and we'll be back with more here coming up in just a moment on Next Level Broadcasting. All right, welcome back. St. Mary with the ball, 2nd and long. A tackle for loss on a Logan Greenier carry, but he's got room this time. He's going to shake loose and rumble down just short of the first down. Maybe a half a yard short is all on that one. So he's able to get those yards back and then some. That's going to bring up 3rd and very short.
To the first down marker.
Check that, make that 2nd and very short.
We're getting some hand-drawn
there we go, 3rd down
here.
and short. Clock had me confused for a moment. So definitely a manageable 3rd down play. Dureski and Greenier in the backfield with O'Connell. It's anybody's guess, but it's going to be O'Connell this time as he goes up the middle. Looks like there's plenty of room there with forward progress. They're going to mark that one down well across the 15, just shy of the 11, and so that is going to move the chains.
And I wouldn't expect anything different. The Huskies lined up in an ultra blitz formation.
Like 1st and 10 from the 12.
So able to get a first down if they need it. As O'Connell brings the play in from the sideline. This has been a really good back and forth game. We've seen some really nice offensive plays, some nice defensive plays from both teams tonight. Exactly what we were hoping to see with this game, this matchup with Breckenridge. As O'Connell goes up the middle, he's got a nice little seam, gets some contact, lowers his shoulder, and he's going to pile him up again. They're not going to bring him down easily, I can tell you that.
Looks like Charlie Cameron checked back into the game after he was swinging his shoulder around here on the sideline. Maybe been sore on a play after.
Yeah, it might have been a little stinger or something, but good to see him back out there.
2nd and a long 3.
It's quite the spectacle here, the way that the Huskies are lining up, just front and center blitz mode. And the Snowbirds, they seem to be just running it up the center, right at them.
Yeah, not much passing going on here tonight. We've seen a couple of plays called, and O'Connell going to give it again. He tries that right side. He's going to get down to the first down marker, but we got a flag from the back judge, and that's usually a hold. We'll see.
A couple on the play.
Wow, Logan Greenier.
Bush on the stop, flag.
Just
flag on the play.
Laundry whipped. Just the strength out of Greenier. That was incredible.
So that'll be a holding, going to set it back a little bit. We'll replay 3rd down.
Forecast suggests some intensity here. Emotions are high.
Check that, 2nd down. So 2nd and about 11 for the first down, and then just a couple of yards to get it into the end zone. First things first, though, they're going to have to get some of that yardage back. It's Greenier in the backfield. Look for Dureski there on that left side. He's going to shake loose. We got another flag from the side judge this time as Greenier takes it up the middle, and he might have got a couple on that one. We'll see. Probably somebody jumping there at the line of scrimmage based on the flag.
I mean, you really got to be good at running to do what the Snowbirds are doing against this blitz. This is 4 downs in a row now.
Yeah, this is you've definitely got to be on point with your blocking, and that's going to be a St. Again, it looks like a call against St. Mary. Not much on that, so I wouldn't be surprised if they decline. So yes, false start, and they'll decline that and go ahead and move it on to 3rd down. So they're saying basically no gain on that one. Should be 3rd and 10, or a yard gain. This is definitely 2-down territory for St. Mary being this close to the end zone.
It seems rather elaborate. I'm curious to see how this play out.
So here we go. Greenier in the backfield. Dureski in that flanker position. And that's who's going to get the pass. He lofts that one up, and it's going to be picked off just around the 1 or 2 yard line, and I think O'Connell would like to have that one back.
Just outside the end zone.
Yeah, that was picked off by number 12. He's not listed, Tom, but that was a great interception.
That one had a little too much air under it, and definitely gave the DB some time to get in there. However, it is important to note the Huskies backed up to their to the goal line there. Ball spotted at the 2.
Definitely looks like they're trying to pass their way out of this one.
Yeah, we'll see. You kind of want to get a little bit of breathing room before you do that, and it's going to be Corbett going to try and get a lane. He's not getting much. In fact, he might have lost a half a yard on that one. St. Mary ready for the quarterback keeper.
At the line of scrimmage.
That was a contested interception, too. It wasn't just kind of like an easy pick right out of the air. He had the intended receiver right there harassing him a little bit, making him nervous.
Yeah, he came down with it, though, at the end of the day. So no gain on the play. They're going to give him the line of scrimmage, 2nd and 10 now from the 2. Again, expect probably going to see something on the ground just to give him some space, a little bit of breathing room. And they're going to hand that one off, a little misdirection, and he's got it, but he doesn't get much.
Inside handoff.
They were keyed in on the quarterback again, but Slay with that one, or rather Sir with it, sorry about that. So that's going to be 3rd and probably 7, 8.
Yeah, I'm watching O'Connell, and I think, he's probably taking this a little personal, and he's giving it his all on this drive. He's been involved in both tackles.
This is dicey territory. They're going to want to at least get a couple, and hard count gets St. Mary. Now, it's not going to be enough for the 1st down. It's going to be a couple yards short. However, that's kind of the space that the offense for Breckenridge was looking to get to be able to really sort of open up their playbook a little bit. So it's 3rd and 2 now for the Huskies.
Yeah, you got to have a real good hard count to be faking out the cameraman too, Tom. He got me.
And so now he's going to drop back to pass. However, he's got lots of excitement right there in the backfield. It was Jackson Vernier on that blitz coming around the left side, chased him out of the pocket and forced that pass a little bit early. So good pressure from St. Mary. 4th and 2 now. And what do you think here, Tyler? You running the ball, or are you going to try a short pass, or?
Hail Mary, baby.
And another jump. The hard count gets him again.
So what's that make it? We're fourth down, 2 to go. So that's probably, what, a 5-yard penalty, Tom?
Oh, it's a 1st down, and that's the important thing. Again, the hard count, obviously Breckenridge has done their homework, and they know that's been a problem for St. Mary.
First and 10 from the 14.
Well, that's smart football. You got to use what you got to use. I mean, they had their backs against the wall. They had the cherry on top of the sundae with that interception. It's time for them to take the lead in their minds.
Still deep in their own territory, and we're seeing another one of those 4 receiver sets. Quite an odd sort of set. Look for the short pass, the screen, as Corbett just unloads that one to try and get rid of it with pressure coming.
Number 5, Cash. No,
and it's a flag in the backfield. Let's see if they're going to go with roughing the passer on this one. That would be a really difficult. Yes, and that's exactly what it's going to be. Not sure if that one was on Greenier. He was back there, as well as Vernier.
George Mertz almost caught that.
And that's going to definitely change the field dimensions just a little bit. 26-yard line now for the Huskies. Gaylord, St. Mary's kind of shooting themselves in the foot. 3 penalties have been a big difference here. They had them 4th and 2 all the way back on their own 2-yard line. And now a new set of downs. Man in motion. And it's going to be a keeper. Corbett tries to go, not a lot of room. He's going to maybe get a half a yard on that one. We'll see where they spot it, but it looks like he's maybe back at the original line of scrimmage, maybe a half a yard.
Cameron and O'Connell, they were there.
It looks like Charlie Cameron's just still dealing with a little something, whether that's a shoulder or a neck, not quite sure, but you can tell he's a little bit uncomfortable as he's coming in off that sideline. Look for O'Connell. Showing blitz from that linebacker position, and he's spying the quarterback. There's Saul as he gets loose and about a yard, maybe a half a yard short.
What a tackle.
That's Sir. Sorry about that again. We've got about a half a yard before he gets to that first down marker. So there's 3rd and 1.
O'Connell on that tackle to the outside. He was right there.
Had him set up really as a spy there on Corbett, and then reacting to the pitch. Kind of a man on an island out there on that particular play, so a good choice there from Corbett on the pitch out.
These are some beautiful
Got Saul
formations.
with him again, and Saul's going to carry that one. Shakes loose. Initially a tackle for a loss, but he's able to, a little second effort, make a move, and he's, or rather Sir, and he's able to get that thing moving and moves the chains. Good enough for a first down there, 39-yard line.
Marching right up the field, Tom.
For the Snowbirds.
Call that the 48 and a half. 5.5 left to go here in the half, and another hard count gets St. Mary. They've got to start watching the football and react to the movement of the football. That is what is killing them right now. This is the 4th penalty, the 3rd offside of this drive.
Wow.
Watch the ball is the key. You know that they've got to be preaching that. So 1st and 5 now. There's Breckenridge. Corbett drops back. He's got 2 on him in the grasp as he throws that one away, and it's going to be intentional grounding. There was not a receiver in the area, not an eligible one at any rate.
Coming at the end of the play.
So we'll see with both flags there, but definitely one of those should have been intentional grounding, as Corbett was just trying, in the grasp, just trying to get it away, and there was nobody, again, open anywhere near where he was throwing the ball. Nothing impeded his arm either. So we'll see.
Yeah, that's the first time I've seen a call like that, but I understand why it happened.
And they're going to go ahead and march that one off. So that's a loss of down and the yardage. So that's definitely going to set them back.
On the Huskies.
And set up a 3rd and very long situation.
A lot more discipline on both sides of the football to begin the game. And it just seems like when one of the wheels fell off, so did the other ones.
Yeah, I mean, Corbett, it's just one of those situations where you don't want to you don't want to take the sack, but at the same time, you got to have somebody in the area as he completes that one. Able to get back just about to the original line of scrimmage on that play. That was Eli Chapin on the reception.
Cash Weissel and Nathan O'Connell. Such a hard tackle by Nathan on the second part of that tackle.
So 4th and 10 now for the Huskies.
4th and 10 Huskies.
Should point out too, and I don't know if I mentioned this earlier, Tyler, but Corbett is also a sophomore. So sophomore quarterback running the offense on both sides, and they're both doing a pretty darn good job here. So timeout on the field. We're going to keep it right here, though. Want to let you know that Powerhouse Gym, throughout the course of the game, St. Mary student athletes, they're tested mentally, physically, and even spiritually. And well, Powerhouse Gym, they share all those values as well down at their facility, and they're proud to support by helping make tonight's live stream broadcast possible for the fans, not only fans of Gaylord St. Mary, but also our Breckenridge fans who are watching with us tonight. We appreciate all of you being able to watch along with us. And feel free to jump in on the chat if you want to do a shout out to one of your players. Happy to pass that along.
Yeah, if you're on the desktop watching this or the TV, you just got to click the comment section bar. If you're on your phone, just flip your thumb around down and give yourself some keyword tap presses on the old screen there.
Now, also want to point out for anybody new that if you want to catch this game later on, you can still get it on demand. And it's still absolutely free. Just go to the Next Level Broadcasting channel, nextlevelbroadcasting.net, and you'll see those games archived, and you'll be able to watch them with your friends and family anytime you like. 4th and 10 now here. Ball on the 39-yard line.
I mean, for college scholarships, you're going to put yourself together a compilation, and this is a great way to do it.
Well, let me tell you. So watch Next Level Broadcasting's Instagram account, because we do post highlights from all of our games on the Instagram. So now it's Corbett. He's back looking for a wide open player. Not able to get it. We see a flag. Not sure what that was. They're going to say he interfered with him, but I think that pass was probably a little too wide. They're going to say it was they're going to say he had a hold of him. So not so much an interference, so much as it was a hold that interfered. So we'll see 2 flags on that.
Wow, they marched about 10, 20 yards up the field there.
Well, they marched a few.
Pass interference.
7, Cash Weissel. He couldn't believe it.
Yeah, I'm not sure even if he hadn't tugged on him a little bit there at the end, I don't know that he would have been able to make that catch. But
15-yard walk-off.
That's how that's going to go. So it's a first down across midfield. Breckenridge
Have it at the 48-yard line, 1st and 10.
able to get things flipped. Now keep in mind, they started out on their 2-yard line, and they've had a couple of good plays, but it's really been St. Mary and some discipline issues as far as penalties and just discipline on that line of scrimmage and some similar issues. And we've got a little bit of a discussion here with the officials. They're trying to get the clock sorted out here. They're trying to say 4:28 on the actual game clock. So we'll get that sorted out here and get play underway.
Yep.
8 minutes until halftime here, and St. Mary going to have to tighten things up. And you know, Coach Kevin O'Connell is going to let them have it here shortly.
Yeah, I mean, that's just the story of this drive right now.
So the clock set now, 4:28. And we'll get the whistle from the official, and play is back underway. Initially looked like blitz. They're going to sit back into coverage here. Going to over the top. That's Saul. And he's loose. And boy, is he loose. Down the right sideline, and he's going all the way for the touchdown. Breckenridge with an opportunity to take the lead.
It's Gavin Corbett.
And actually, they did take the lead, 14-12, with a chance to add another 2.
Man, oh man, it's almost like all those penalties just gave some extra juice shots to their energy levels, and then boom, as soon as the snap happens, extra yardage up the field, completion into the end zone. That's got to feel good for the Huskies.
So this is the first time all season, if I'm not mistaken, that St. Mary has been behind coming into the half. I can't remember about Central Lake.
Oh, for sure.
No, they did. They had the lead before we got into halftime at Central Lake. So they're not going to get that 2-point conversion. And your score with 4 minutes and 18 seconds to go in the half, 14-12. Breckenridge with the lead. Some persistent offense and some discipline issues on St. Mary, leading to an incredible drive there. And I'm with Mike 123. Each chimes in on the channel. It's been a really good game so far, and I agree. It's exactly what we expected. A very evenly matched team, Breckenridge, with St. Mary. Excellent game so far. Want to mention that Mama Leone's, old school Italian cuisine. They've been established around 1953 and serving up world-class Italian and pizza. It's a family-owned restaurant. We love to go there for the post-game gathering place, whether they win or lose, and they do a lot of winning. St. Mary Snowbirds will see you after the game at Mama Leone's, located on 2583 South Otsego Avenue in Gaylord.
Got to get yourself some of that seasoned Italian goodness.
Oh, the pizza's absolutely delicious. I will tell you what. And some excellent people down there at Mama's.
Get some mushrooms on there.
And that's going to be a little bit of a ground.
That's number 34, Tom. That should be underclassmen for the JV.
Excellent. Seeing a lot of people brought into action here tonight. 4:17 to go, 14-12. St. Mary now going to get the offense back out on the field. 35-yard line where they'll start, and plenty of time to make something happen and get that lead back. You know they're going to want to do that going into halftime. Definitely some things to talk about when they do get there. O'Connell in the shotgun, showing blitz, but he's going to skate through down to, trying to get it. Looked like he had a lane, but it closed off pretty good right there around the 3-yard line.
Just about 2 on the play.
You can buy different shot if you're going out bird hunting, and it has different spreads for different species. And right now what I'm seeing on the field, both sides of the football, is a very closed group. The formation is blitz and then run up the center. I've never seen anything like this consistently.
A little more balanced attack from Breckenridge, but yeah, the run game has been what we've been looking for here on the St. Mary side.
Greenwood tries the left side, slipped a little. Carter Sir.
Number 42, that should be Sir on the tackle.
Short game.
Carter Sir, sophomore.
6.
He's had himself a heck of a game.
Yeah, he has. He's been everywhere. He's on the kick returns. He's on the offense. He's making plays on defense.
Third and 6 now with just over 3 minutes to go. O'Connell's going to keep this one. He gets it back to the middle, and he's able to get that first down. So that's the important first step, is to get the chains moved. You're at 2:58 now.
Good enough for a Snowbird first down.
At what point, Tyler, do you think they open up that playbook a little bit? We've only seen a couple of pass plays tonight. It's been primarily run, run, run. And with Cal Royce out, he's your leading receiver on the season. Be interesting to see if they're able to get something going there over the top.
Yeah, I mean, Dureski's caught some passes. Walls caught some passes. Cameron's caught some passes, so I get it.
And it's going to be O'Connell again as he finds some room on that left side. Might be really close to that first down marker. Let's see. They're going to say he's about a half a yard short, so almost moved those chains. 2:15 and counting now.
Less than a yard.
So St. Mary with a little bit of momentum. They can't take too much time in the huddle.
Yeah,
They've got Grenier in the backfield. He's joined by David Wall, the senior. And again, O'Connell going around the right side. Sir chasing him down and able to make that tackle. They've got him set up as a spy, but not before they get that first down. So we're 1:53 here. St. Mary moving the ball pretty well.
Yeah, you just can't say enough good things about Sir right now in this football game. That could have been really ugly. That could have been a lot of yardage for O'Connell right there if it wasn't for Sir.
And he kept him in bounds too. That's the important thing. This is going to be Grenier this time as he shakes one loose, shakes another one loose, and he keeps grinding down the middle. Grenier there with a really nice run. He's going to be short of the first down, however. So that clock going to keep on rolling. Good sportsmanship on the field, too. I've been noticing that all night. I wanted to mention that. I mean, they're playing hard both ways, but you're seeing the Breckenridge players and the St. Mary's players, you know, helping each other up off the turf after the play.
Yep, absolutely.
1:07 now on the clock. O'Connell, shotgun. He's got Grenier in the backfield with him. It's going to be Grenier with the ball as he's going to go up the middle, move the chains. Don't know if he got there. Let's see. They didn't stop the clock, but it's a first down, so now they'll stop the clock. So the officials... St. Mary, rightly, they're looking for about 16 seconds to be added onto the clock as it was rolling. They're not gonna get that one. They're gonna go ahead and roll it. 40 seconds remaining. This is O'Connell looking for the pass play. Sir is gonna chase him out of bounds, tackled him out of bounds, and he's gonna get the flag. The official gonna say that he was well outside and he continued that tackle. They're going to protect quarterbacks, that's for sure. 31 seconds with the clock stopped, and that'll likely be a 15-yard penalty, which really sets St. Mary up for a couple of opportunities.
Personal foul on the Huskies.
Yeah, they're just steamrolling up the field right now. They've got great momentum. I wouldn't be surprised if this is just a continuation of O'Connell kind of beating it down with different runs to the left, center, and right, and just maybe flipping some different misdirections. I really like what's going on right now.
They got 11 yards to get that touchdown, and the play clock is got to be winding down. We're looking at that, the referee in the end zone. You'll watch his hand go up. You know you've got 5 seconds to go at that point, and there it is. And he'll start counting it down. 4, and it's going to be a handoff. There's Dureski around the right side. He gets a little bit, but not very much.
Gets a couple on the play.
Line it back up, boys. This is it.
Brought down by True Smith.
So we're down to 17 seconds, and they'll call a timeout, Gaylord. And with that, we'll step aside for a 15-second and be back with the rest of the second half next on Next Level Broadcasting.
Now's the time to fly from your Northern Michigan hometown Cherry Capital Airport. TVC. TVC Airport will get you to your dream destination anywhere in the world. Visit tvcairport.com now.
All right, welcome back, and here we are with just a couple of ticks left on the clock. This should be the final play of the half. It's been a tight one here. Breckenridge grabbing the lead from Gaylord on their last series. Really, really nice play from Carter Sir, number 42.
Somebody just won a $170 pot.
All
on
right,
a
so we've got
50-50.
21 seconds should be up on the clock. So maybe 2 plays here. We'll see how this one shakes loose.
For the Snowbirds.
All right, so we've got it all set. 21 seconds now on the clock. O'Connell, shotgun. He's going to look pass. He's got that fade route. It's in the corner. Circles up, but he can't make the play. Touchdown, St. Mary.
On the save.
Carter Sir was in a really good spot, elevated, tried to just top end that ball, and he wasn't able to make contact with it. It looked like he was maybe an inch away, and the result of the play is a touchdown for St. Mary.
Great catch, acrobatics in the air from Weissel. I mean, just on the cornet carrot of that touchdown. Oh, beautiful catch.
Flag on the other team.
So there's a flag on the play. It looks like it's Breckenridge, and that'll be declined, obviously. They'll let the touchdown stand. And 2-point conversion opportunity here for St. Mary. They've yet to get one of those done, so we'll see. It's Greenier. He's going to rumble into the end zone, and that's their 2-point, and Nathan O'Connell's fired up for the Snowbirds. So the Birds come back to get the lead, 20-14. 17 seconds to go, so they'll kick this one off. Of course, Breckenridge, nothing to hang their hats on. They've been playing some great ball tonight, and Tyler, it's going to be right down to the wire, I'm afraid.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not afraid of it at all. I'm here for it. I've been waiting for the Snowbirds to get some competition all season. It's here now. Both teams are digging their cleats into this grass and fighting for the win. This is beautiful football on a chilly afternoon here in northern Michigan.
Want to give a quick shout out, K.H. Sharps, shouting out his dog, number 69, Brado Long from Breckenridge.
Lucas Greenier will kick it away for the
Michael
Snowbirds.
K. trying to stir things up in there. She's with Sarah Pratt. She's just cheering them on, Michael. Come on. Pick on the broadcasters for a change. Wait, no, that's his normal modus operandi. All right, Ware's going to kick that one off. And a couple of bobbles. We'll see where this one goes. Probably not too much further than maybe 3 or 4 yards on that return. Mishandled by a couple of players there. Kind of wanted to take off before they had control of the ball. So 11 seconds, and we'll see what Breckenridge decides to do.
Nice tackle
there. Do you
there
take a shot at it and potentially create a bad situation for yourself, or do you want to try and, I don't know, make something happen, Tyler? What's your call?
I say do your four-man receiver formation and throw that ball down the field as hard as you can.
That's going to be Sir on the carry, and he's got plenty of room. He's got lots of room as he jumps over another man, and he's able to get it down to about the 45-yard line. 4 seconds to go here, and I mean, they're in striking distance if they can get the perfect play off at this point. Breckenridge is going to take a timeout. We're going to keep it right here. Michael Case got a good question here. And he brought it up last week in the game against Pellston. Why is it the teams up north don't kick field goals kick for the extra point, those 1-point conversions? He finds it very strange. And the only thing I can tell you there, Michael K., is with 8-player football, you've got a much higher percentage to be able to effectively and successfully run a play for the extra point, that 2-point conversion. I have noticed watching TC St. Francis and some of the other 11-player teams, more often than not, you're going to see him take the 1-point kick.
Out of the Husky timeout.
Oh, yeah. I just wanted to mention that last tackle by Calvin Skoronsky. That was a great effort because he could have been gone. But, yeah, absolutely. I mean, you do see it all the time.
So 4 seconds to go here, and he's going to throw it up, but it's going to be picked off. St. Mary with it, and he's going to try and make something happen. Gets a couple of blocks. He's not going to take it back to the house, but I'll tell you what, Cash Weissel made a really nice play on that ball, and that's going to close out the first half, and we have got a beautiful football game. Don't go too far, folks. This is going to be a barn burner right down to the end. 24 more minutes of action. We've got a 15-minute halftime. We're going to get you set up with some of the big-time regional action out there. The Tigers playing tonight, and a lot to talk about here on Next Level Broadcasting. We'll be right back.
Today's game is presented by J&J Construction, Gaylord Seal Coating, Robert T. Westerman, Attorney at Law, Professional Seamless Gutters, Schultz's Marathon Party Store, Mama Leone's, Raffy's Hibachi and Sushi Bar, The Powerhouse Gym, Gaylord Eye Care Center, Traverse City TVC Cherry Capital Airport, and Sky Media 45. We hope you are enjoying tonight's game.
We all know northern Michigan winters take a toll on our parking lots and driveways, but Gaylord Seal Coating has you covered. A proud sponsor of local high school athletics, Gaylord Seal Coating specializes in infrared seamless asphalt repair, hot pour crack filling, striping, and more. Need a new snowplow solution this winter? GSC can do that too. Commercial, residential, private roadways, and associations, Gaylord Seal Coating is your answer. Give them a call today at 989-732-5003.
Hi, I'm Orion, but you might know me for my business, Professional Seamless Gutters, where we specialize in, you guessed it, everything gutters. New installations, replacements, cleaning, leaf guards, rain chains, and much more. But unlike other service providers, when you call Professional Seamless Gutters, you get me, Orion, not some bum intern or call center recording. So when you're contemplating any services regarding your gutters and your home, or pole barn, think Professional Seamless Gutters.
Vision Source and Gaylord Eye Care are proud to be offering their services to local communities across northern Michigan. With locations in Gaylord, Boyne City, Bel Air, and Sheboygan, they're committed to serving you and providing a trusted source of credentials and expertise. If you're struggling with anything vision related, then don't hesitate to schedule a consultation and meet their friendly and experienced staff for yourself.
Hi, it's Kevin Klein from TVC Airport. We're proud to help keep you connected to high school sports in northern Michigan, so you can stay in the game all season long with TVC, your northern Michigan connection.
Are you interested in building a new home or renovating an existing one? With over 100 years of combined experience, J&J Construction is one of the most reliable and respected general contractors in our service area. J&J is a trusted construction partner valued by architects, subcontractors, financiers, and most of all, their clients. J&J Construction has been completing quality homes and improvement projects that add value to the communities they serve. They bring a passion for innovation and a commitment to quality to every job they do. Call them today.
Hi, I'm Orion, but you might know me for my business, Professional Seamless Gutters, where we specialize in, you guessed it, everything gutters. New installations, replacements, cleaning, leaf guards, rain chains, and much more. But unlike other service providers, when you call Professional Seamless Gutters, you get me, Orion, not some bum intern or call center recording. So when you're contemplating any services regarding your gutters and your home, or pole barn, think Professional Seamless Gutters.
Hey, welcome back. We've got halftime here in an exciting game. It's just as advertised. St. Mary able to come back and score late in the half to come back and take the lead. Breckenridge briefly held on. It was 14-12 for a period of time, and then St. Mary was able to capitalize on some run plays. A flag helped them as well, and there we go. We're at halftime. It's the Pro Seamless Gutters halftime show, as a matter of fact. Want to let you know they are there to take care of you, and this is the time you want to have them out to just double check and make sure your gutters are as healthy as they can be before wintertime. When you need them, they're there. Orion Beningo started Professional Seamless Gutters to take care of you, and they'll get out there fast. They'll take care of you with experienced service and real-time quotes. And they'll actually answer your phone call when you're trying to get a hold of them and arrange that service. It's Professional Seamless Gutters at 989-619-3407. And tell them Next Level Broadcasting sent you. Well, we also hope to have a special treat for you here in a little bit. Rock 103.5 and 95.5 is in the house tonight with Kirtland Community College. Just presented a $500 check to Gaylord St. Mary's Sports, a donation that they will obviously use to good effect here as St. Mary has a great sports program all around, especially for such a small school. We definitely appreciate Kirtland Community College and Cartman and the team from Rock 103.5 and 95.5, and hopefully we'll get a chance to talk to them in just a little bit. Well, we have got a football game tonight. We also have a lot of sports going on this weekend across the region, starting tonight out on the West Coast. Tarek Skubal going to take the mound and try and lead the Detroit Tigers to their first American League Championship Series appearance, the first one since 2013 when they lost to Boston in 6 games. Now, in that particular series, Boston went on to win the World Series that year. So the winner of tonight's matchup with Seattle going to face Toronto for a chance to represent the American League in the 2025 Fall Classic. On the gridiron, Michigan State going to kick it off at noon in East Lansing when UCLA comes to town. Spartans are heavy home favorites, while UCLA looking to ride that high after a massive upset in Los Angeles over Penn State last week. You can catch that one on the Big Ten Network. Spartans are about a 7.5-point favorite. Number 15, Michigan, on the road in another tough test. This time it's against Lincoln Riley's 4-1 USC Trojans. This will be USC's first game against a ranked team since their Week 1 loss to Illinois. Still, the Trojans are 1.5-point favorite at home. You can catch that one, a 7:30 kickoff on NBC. In other college action, Western Michigan hosting Ball State, Eastern Michigan hosting Northern Illinois, and Central Michigan on a bye this week. At the pro level, 4-1 Lions looking to take a belt to the struggling 2-3 Chiefs in a Sunday night matchup at Arrowhead. Brian Branch, Kirby Joseph, and Taylor Decker, all questionable but expected to be available in Kansas City. Oh, this is a hard one for me. The Detroit Red Wings opened the regular season with a 5-1 loss against division rival Montreal last night at Little Caesars Arena. The lone goal for Detroit came in the first period on a Dylan Larkin power play goal set up from Patrick Kane and Moritz Seider. Defensive lapses led to a lot of odd man rushes for Montreal, and they capitalized. Goaltending, though, a major issue. Red Wings netminder John Gibson, the new free agent signing in the offseason, he was charged with all 5 Montreal goals on only 13 shots. Cam Talbot came into the game and turned away 4 of 4. Wings are going to try and get things going in the right direction. They're going to take on the Maple Leafs tomorrow night. Puck drop, 7 p.m. You can catch that on ESPN Plus or the FanDuel Network. We're going to step aside for a moment, get you set up for the second half. We'll talk with Tyler and see what we got cooking for some great football here. First half, 2014, who knows? Expect more of the same. Tough battling back and forth on the gridiron. Coming up, Next Level Broadcasting continues.
Hi, I'm Orion, but you might know me for my business, Professional Seamless Gutters, where we specialize in, you guessed it, everything gutters. New installations, replacements, cleaning, leaf guards, rain chains, and much more. But unlike other service providers, when you call Professional Seamless Gutters, you get me, Orion, not some bum intern or call center recording. So when you're contemplating any services regarding your gutters on your home or pole barn, think Professional Seamless Gutters.
We all know Northern Michigan winters take a toll on our parking lots and driveways, but Gaylord Seal Coating has you covered. A proud sponsor of local high school athletics, Gaylord Seal Coating specializes in infrared seamless asphalt repair, hot pour crack filling, striping, and more. Need a new snowplow solution this winter? GSC can do that too. Commercial, residential, private roadways, and associations, Gaylord Seal Coating is your answer. Give them a call today at 989-732-5003.
All right, welcome back to the Professional Seamless Gutters halftime show. Appreciate you tuning in, and boy, it's been one heck of a ball game so far. 2014. The lead's been exchanged back and forth a couple of times so far, and you know both teams not happy with some penalties late in that first half. We've got lots more to come. Want to get you up to speed on a couple of ball games on our other next level stations. Traverse City St. Francis trailing Notre Dame Prep 32-49. That one just about over. East Jordan is over Harbor Springs. That one's still underway on the road, 22-8. Elk Rapids is shutting out Tawas 26-0. And Charlevoix, they're chasing Mansalona. Mansalona, the Ironmen, with a 12-7 lead. So that's where we're at on our next level stations out there. Also want to say a quick thank you and shout out to all the folks chiming in on the YouTube channel, our friends and family from Breckenridge, and of course the friends and family of our Gaylord St. Mary Snowbirds, Timothy Peterson, Go Huskies, and Ron Corson, Get 'em Birds. So we appreciate all of you chiming in there and keeping it family friendly for us this week. About 3 minutes before we get the half underway, and want to bring in Tyler and just get some thoughts from you. I mean, this is probably the most competitive game that we've called for St. Mary all year. Is it, I mean, we knew that coming in. Is it what you expected to see, Tyler?
Yeah, it is. I really like to see the Snowbirds exercise the weapons that I've seen all season, but under some pressure. It's a real treat because everything that they've been executing thus far has been challenged, and they're still finding ways. For example, Nathan O'Connell running it up the gut on QB keeps to a full-on blitz, an 8-person wide blitz, and he's still punching it through like a lathe in a mechanic shop. And it is beautiful. It's beautiful football to watch. It's simple. They're not passing very much. When they are, they're having a pretty good percentage of completions, one ending in a touchdown with Cash Weissel. Beautiful catch there. This is exactly what I expected, and I love it.
Now, one of the things we've called the name, both of us, you on the defensive side, and I've called his name quite a bit on the offensive side, and that is Carter Sir, number 42 for the Breckenridge Huskies. He's been just a monster for St. Mary out there on both sides, made some really good defensive plays, and he has been a beast on the offense, carrying a lot of the load and taking some of that pressure off quarterback Gavin Corbett. So, I don't know. I think we've got a good second half ready to go here. If we can just clean up the penalties on both sides and really showcase the talent we've seen from both St. Mary and Breckenridge, I think we're going to have a fan favorite. This will be a classic game for the 2025 season.
Yeah, that plus there's going to be some tape to watch, and it's going to be productive tape. It's going to be tape that isn't a blowout, you exercising your second and third string. It's going to be tape that's going to tell you what is working and what is not working, why mistakes are being made and why they're not being made. This is going to be great for both football teams to go and reflect upon.
Well, and this is one of those games, too. It's going to be a good measuring stick for both clubs as they look to make an impression in the playoffs. And while the outcome of this game won't really impact that as the Ski Valley Conference Championship for St. Mary, it will have some impact potentially on seeding when we talk about the playoffs. And, you know, the other thing, too, is it's a good sort of warm-up. They've got a big game coming up in 2 weeks, and it's all for all the marbles in the Ski Valley Conference, in the Lakes coming down to Gaylord in a couple of weeks. And, well, we're not there yet, but this is one of those games that's going to tell Coach O'Connell what he's really got when that matchup actually happens here at St. Mary Family Field. Both teams are back out of the locker room now and getting warmed up and stretched out. I should let you know that the ALDS Game 5, the rubber match, if it will, and the winner going on to the American League Conference Championship to see the Toronto Blue Jays, that is underway. Tarek Skubal on the mound for the Tigers. We're in the bottom of the first, 2 outs and a man on for Seattle. So we'll keep you up to speed on what's going on with that as we go along. So, any final thoughts, Tyler, before we step aside for our last 15-second devotional?
Yep. I want to say that both these teams are dealing with a little bit of frozen leg syndrome. It's chilly out here. They haven't played in this weather yet this year, and we're going to see who's got the endurance to trudge through this weather to the end.
All right, so we'll bring you some second half football in just a moment. Let you know the Tigers closed out the bottom of the first, and they'll be going up to bat in just a few moments. So there we are, no score in Seattle. Tigers trying to bring home an ALDS championship. We'll be back with football, though. That's next on Next Level Broadcasting.
Hi, I'm Orion, but you might know me for my business, Professional Seamless Gutters, where we specialize in, you guessed it, everything gutters. New installations, replacements, cleaning, leaf guards, rain chains, and much more. But unlike other service providers, when you call Professional Seamless Gutters, you get me, Orion, not some bum intern or call center recording. So when you're contemplating any services regarding your gutters on your home or pole barn, think Professional Seamless Gutters.
Today's game is presented by J&J Construction, Gaylord Seal Coating, Robert T. Westerman, Attorney at Law, Professional Seamless Gutters, Schultz's Marathon Party Store, Mama Leone's, Raffy's Hibachi and Sushi Bar, The Powerhouse Gym, Gaylord Eye Care Center, Traverse City TVC Cherry Capital Airport, and Sky Media 45. We hope you are enjoying tonight's game.
All right, welcome back. We've got the second half about to kick off here in a couple of moments. You might recall that Breckenridge won the toss at the start of the game and elected to defer. So we're going to kick this one off. St. Mary to Breckenridge, and they'll have their offense out on the field first to get this second half underway. Quick shout out, Musical Train, a.k.a. Kyler Corbett down in Breckenridge. Give it a shout out to number 3, Trey Most, number 4, Noah Barr, and number 1, Blaze Snyder, as well as number 10, Gavin Corbett. Appreciate you watching, and all the fine folks down in Breckenridge supporting their team and chiming in. Some good family fun here on the channel. Oh, the kick is underway. He's going to field it just inside the 30. Out across the 40. That's, of course, Carter Sir with a nice return just short of midfield, and that's where Breckenridge is going to start, 1st and 10.
Oh, yeah. What a way to come out of halftime and just punch it down the gullet there. Get yourself a nice 20-yard boost to start the drive.
And, you know, they were fired up, too. We could tell on the sidelines. A lot of energy coming from both groups as they came out of halftime and getting loose and warmed up. Shotgun formation. Corbett's going to pass. He goes over the middle. I wasn't sure who he was looking for there. It was a little too tall.
Yeah, it was, you know, just probably feeling some pressure. I mean, the Snowbirds are just yiked right up. They're ready to play some football.
It's going to bring up 2nd and 10. Corbett looking to the sideline to get the play. Sir going to be in the backfield for him.
Shout out to the Wall family watching from home.
Corbett now going to drop back. Got an open man there on the flat there as he makes a couple of moves to get loose, and that's Eli Chapin. Nice yards after the catch for Chapin as he takes that one down.
Yeah, that was a great effort.
Near the red zone.
At the 32-yard line.
We've got some regulars down here, Tom. There's a bunch of people from the stadium saying that they watched the Next Level broadcast.
Excellent. We appreciate them all. Corbett now, he's looking to pass, but he's flushed out of the pocket. He's got an open man, and that's Chapin again, who's going to take it to the house. That was a broken play, but he kept his eyes downfield. You got to give Corbett a lot of credit got pushed out of the pocket, and Chapin just found himself a nice piece of real estate wide open, and he's able to hit him. And Breckenridge going to tie that up on the first possession of the second half.
Yeah, these Huskies, they don't care about cold legs. They're still pulling that sleigh in Alaska, baby.
Oh, my goodness. All right, here we go. Waiting for the two-point conversion attempt. In just a moment, we'll get Cartman in here from 105.5 and 95.5. Talk a little bit about the opportunity they had for
two-point conversion is picked off by...
There's an interception there in the two-point conversion attempt, but you can't run it back because it's a two-point conversion attempt.
11:20 left in the third quarter.
So it's going to stay tied here after the play.
Score 20-20.
Yeah, you'd just be burning energy at that point.
Yeah, with that, we'll take a quick 15 seconds and be back with the kickoff here at St. Mary, trying to take the lead back when we come back on Next Level Broadcasting. And here's the kick from Breckenridge. That's going to be fielded by Eli Switalski. Really close to stepping out. He did a good job keeping his foot in bounds, and they're going to get that just about to the 40-yard line, where St. Mary will start 1st and 10. Try and get that lead back. Breckenridge really effective on that drive. Couple of big plays, and on a broken play too. Really impressed with the youth on that club from Breckenridge.
Yeah, they got young talent, and they're disciplined. They're doing what needs to be done.
Logan Greenier in the backfield. O'Connell is in the shotgun. Look for Dureski there, set off wide to the left. And it's going to be a dose of Nathan O'Connell as he breaks loose on the right side. DB's got an angle on him, going to tackle him, but he's able to get down to the 40-yard line. A really nice opening run from Nathan O'Connell. More of what we saw in the first half.
All the way up to the 40-yard line of the Huskies.
He's really been durable for this St. Mary Snowbird club tonight.
And who's that number 3 on the Huskies there, Tom?
I don't know. You've got the sheet. No, I do, actually. That's Trey Most, senior. That's Logan Greenier going up the middle. And he's loose, and there he goes down the left sideline. Greenier's got it all the way into the end zone. 2 runs, consecutive plays. St. Mary back on top, 26-20.
Wow. Right out of the pocket he went.
It looked like he was going to go up the middle and, see him in a cloud of dust, but he shook right loose out of there, found the left sideline, and all the way down for the touchdown. O'Connell now going to come in from the sideline with the play as St. Mary looks to put a couple more points on the board, and every point at a premium in this game. It has been nip and tuck the whole way.
Yeah. And you've got to be happy and you're both the coaches coming out of halftime talks.
There's O'Connell going to go up the left side, untouched into the end zone. And there we go, 28-20 now. St. Mary retakes the lead. This has just been a really excellent back-and-forth football game. And I tell you what, after one of these, you got to be just parched, ready for a nice, cool drink. You're going to need it after all the cheering you do in the stands, whether you're from Breckenridge or whether you're from Gaylord. Well, they've got just what you need at Schultz Marathon Gas Station and Party Store, right off exit 301 on I-75. Schultz Marathon Party Store is a marquee destination for all of our Snowbird travelers heading north, or anybody heading north for that matter. Great fall day like today, they're going to offer a whole wide selection of snacks and refreshments, pizza, quality services there. A proud sponsor of Snowbird football on Next Level Broadcasting. That's Schultz Marathon Gas Station and Party Store.
Yep, get you some rye chips, special request from Gardetto's. That's a good snack.
You got to give a shout out to St. Mary alum Pat Schultz down there in Wolverine, as that one is bobbled, and they're just going to fall on that at the 31-yard line.
Covered up there by Blaze Snyder.
Yeah, we're not
Blaze
seeing
Snyder with that one.
We're not seeing very many silly penalties called, so that's one thing that's differed so far from the first half to the second half. I've got to imagine it was hammered hard by both coaches in the halfway houses.
32.
So 32-yard line. Breckenridge looking to get something going. Corbett in the shotgun. He's going to pitch that one out to Saul. And there, Sir rather, and there he goes. Close to midfield, and Sir definitely gets it down. He gets enough for the first down. He's a yard short of midfield.
Got enough for a Husky first down.
So we're seeing a lot of energy in the legs there. These kids are just fired up.
14 on the play.
So they're going to give him the first down on that and a little extra. Shotgun formation. Corbett looks. He's going to go that right side. Gets it complete, and he's taken out of bounds. Pretty close to the first down marker. We'll see where they spot it. Looks like they're going to go ahead and mark it as a first down. So moving the chains again.
Nice tackle there by Cash Weissel. Right place, right time.
At the 44 of the Snowbirds.
Chains moving. And now we can get the play underway. Breckenridge looking for a little bit of tempo. And they get the jump again. And the St. Mary fans are absolutely irate, as they should be. Vernier jumps, and that is one of those things where you just have to watch the ball. You get a little too aggressive, you've got to watch the ball. So 1st and 5 now, just across the 41-yard line, call it the 39.
Love to hear it.
Awfully quiet here as Corbett's going to pitch that out. He's got his favorite target in the backfield, Carter Sir, with a carry, and he's going to be just about a yard short of the first down. Lucas Greenier on that with Nathan O'Connell to make the tackle there, and that's going to be 2nd and 1 now.
42 on 42 contact. Lucas Greenier was that was a very good, fundamentally sound tackle.
That's Corbin going to go back, looks it over the middle, and he had his man. That was Trey Most. Had him in the hands, in and out, and not able to bring it in. Corbin gets up a little bit slow, but tough kid right there.
3rd and 1.
Lots of pressure on him, and he stays pretty cool in the pocket, even with guys like right in his face. We've only really seen him rush a couple of passes, and otherwise he's done a really good job dealing with the pressure. 3rd and 1 now. Sir in the backfield. They've got a man in motion. He tries the hard count again. St. Mary able to keep it onside. We've got a flag that's going to be in the area of a hold, most likely.
Very close to the first down. There is a flag on the play.
So they'll stop the clock. The spot looks like they probably got the first, but depends on the flag. And again, that's usually in the spot where you'll see a holding call. And that's they're going to go ahead and march that off. So that'll bring up 3rd and a little longer, probably about 6 for Breckenridge.
Penalty on.
Yeah, we're
No,
seeing
that's going to be a 10-yard penalty. Okay, then.
3rd and a long.
So they'll replay the down. That's going to bring up 3rd and 11.
Inside the 45.
We're seeing a good variety of plays here from the Huskies. So far in the second half, they really like that pass.
That's a good play-action mix that they've got. And there it is. Corbin's going to drop back again, pass, and he's got pressure right in his face as he throws that one. And there was a receiver in the vicinity, but it's going to fall harmless. Had the receiver going up the left side, and he was kind of looking for him to break back kind of on a post play. Coach is imploring St. Mary Snowbirds to keep their eye on the ball and not react to the clap or to the hard count.
Don't listen to his hands. Watch the ball. Watch the ball.
And this is one of those fundamental things you see, even the pro level. Sometimes you get guys that have a difficult time with that. And this time it's Breckenridge that's going to jump. So the hard count backfired that time. Trey Most tried to get into his route a little bit early on that one, and it's going to knock him back another 5.
Yeah, this football game's turned a little bit into a chess game here in the third quarter, Tom.
A little bit.
Just kind of playing on each other's mistakes at this point.
And there we go. Corbett is going to find an open man, and that's going to be enough for the first down, it looks like anyway. Eli Chapin again with a clutch reception. So they get the full 15 back.
Good enough for a Husky first down.
On a 4th down play. Got to be frustrating for St. Mary on that one. We got Musical Train, of course, Kyler Corbett watching on our YouTube feed. Shout out to Tarek Scooble, Kerry Carpenter, Riley Green, Zach McKinstry in Game 5 tonight. ALDS Championship going to be decided. And they're going to hand that one off to Carter. He's going to look that left side. Carter Sir not able to get a whole lot on that one. A little bit of misdirection, kind of a, I don't know, more or less a draw, if you will. Delayed halfback.
Second and a long 9.
Got a little personnel switch, so Jackson Vernier's been accosted by the coaches, and he's back in there now.
Yeah, he's a good asset to have out on the field.
Just got to keep his eyes on the ball. 28-20 your score here. This has been one heck of a ball game. Second half living up to the first half billing as Corbett goes around the right side. He's got room, makes a man miss. And there's O'Connell going to try and line him up, and he gets him just inside. Looks like right around the 10-yard line, just inside the 10.
Down around the 10-yard line.
Yeah, he really did save that play. That was a great angle on O'Connell's part.
Yeah, he had him lined up. He made sure he kept the angle, and that's one of those things too, where Corbin, you give O'Connell a lot of credit. He realizes what he's got there with Corbin, and he knows that if he takes the wrong tack, if he tries to get greedy, Corbin put a move on him, and he's in the end zone. 1st and 10 now, and it's going to be Saul. Sir, rather, not able to get it in the right side there. Carter Sir, 8 minutes now in the half, or rather in the quarter.
Haven't seen Charlie Cameron check into the game. He might have really bothered his shoulder early on in the first half.
Seems to be no worse for wear at the moment, as looks like Carter Sir trying to see to his shoes untied out there.
Just getting a tip from the sideline, whether it's going to be a pass play, play action, run play. They're doing it all.
Good play mix, absolutely. Corbett, he's looking double pumps. Good coverage by the defense. Yeah, it was a wide open receiver for a moment, but Mertz closed in and got his hand inside there and knocked it loose. And that was one. He was right close to the goal line on that one.
Yeah, Mertz, that was a touchdown saving effort.
Trying to get Carter Sir's shoes sorted out. Looks like maybe they did. Had to get a little help.
Yeah, from number 65.
Yeah. 3rd and 10 now. Breckenridge in the red zone, going to pitch it out to Sir. He's got a lane, he's got some blocks, he cuts it back inside, and he's going to be just short, a couple of yards short of the touchdown, so that's going to bring up 4th and very short.
Down to about the 3. 4th and goal from there.
So 4th and goal from the 3-yard line here at the 7-minute mark.
Sir laid out for that one. He wanted that touchdown bad.
That cutback looked like he was going to get there, but St. Mary did a good job closing in on him and keeping him short of that goal line. He's still in the backfield. We've seen him there all night with Corbin. And it's going to be a quarterback option. O'Connell, we'll see if he saved it. And they're going to say no touchdown. They're going to say he was down before he got to the pylon, and maybe the momentum carried him in there, but they're going to say he was already down. So that's a turnover on downs, but St. Mary now in the same situation Breckenridge was earlier in the first half. If you'll recall, they were at the 2-yard line, and a series of penalties got them all the way out to midfield before the offense took over, but that was one heck of a stand by the defense. Cash Weissel in there on the action. And a lot of credit to Nathan O'Connell, too, who had to read that option, and initially it looked like he was on an island, but then Weissel kind of came in to help, and they were able to keep Sir out of the end zone. So St. Mary got to be a little cautious here, backed up to their own end zone.
Let's go, Blue.
And it's going to be O'Connell who's going to be tripped up.
O'Connell tries the left side.
It looks like he's maybe back to the line of scrimmage, and yeah, that's where they'll spot it. So half a yard on that one.
About 1, 2nd and 9.
Yep, from defense to offense, he's still cranking out the production there, O'Connell is.
He sure is.
Looks like we got a little bit of repertoire change.
Yeah, so Dureski's going to check out. David Wall checking in. Big number 10. He can hurt you in a lot of ways. Yep. They've been known to try and pass it to him. He's set up in the fullback position right now. Logan Greenier is also a lead blocker as O'Connell gets a little more room just short of that 10-yard line.
Out across the 5.
That's going to give him about 3rd and just a couple.
7-yard line. That was Braxton Clapp making the play. 3rd and a long.
Well, I wonder, Tom, if they're going to try and run their way out of this right up the field into the touchdown again.
We'll see. And that's going to be Greenier up the middle, and that'll be enough for the
10-yard line.
Now that's going to, looks like it's going to be enough for the first down.
Husky interior.
They'll move the chains. There we go. Just waiting for that to be confirmed.
1st and 10, 28-25 minutes to go, Tom. This is a great game.
It is absolutely a great game. Got an early score here. Seattle first on the board in Seattle, top of the 3rd. 1-0 right now. 1 man on, 2 outs. Glaber Torres is up to bat.
Wow, great tackle by number 1 on the Huskies.
Blaze Snyder.
That was O'Connell again trying to get a little bit of room, and they're content to do a little ground and pound at this point.
More than 2 on the play. 2nd down and
Call it about 2nd and 7.5.
Yeah, you got to think whether they're protecting against an interception or they're just confident and comfortable with the run game. Relying on it, obviously, though.
Well, at this point, with an 8-point lead, I think you can be a little bit deliberate. You can eat up some clock. Sir showing blitz on the right side. He's going to stay home, though, and Logan Greenier is going to take that across about the 15-yard line. So that's going to bring up 3rd and about probably 6.
Yeah, and they're cycling through the runners, too. A lot of times, O'Connell will get a back-to-back, then it'll be Greenier, and that's good. Keep the fresh legs and just kind of cycle the Pistons through the engine compartment, if you will.
Charlie Cameron checking out. Still working on that shoulder a little bit. O'Connell in the shotgun. He's got it to Grenier. He's got room now and a run up the middle, makes a cut, makes the man miss, another cut, but he slips. That was an incredible run. Eli Chapin came in, and as Logan Grenier was trying to put a move on him, Chapin trying to get the angle on him, Grenier slipped and down at the 40, but not before he gets the first down and then some. And St. Mary out of that danger zone here and approaching midfield, 1st and 10. Logan gonna stay in the game here.
Yeah, he come out of that pack blazing. Good intentions on him.
And we've got a flag. Not sure what this is. Maybe an illegal shift. Call it a false start. Really, that's a same hand signal for a false start. I think they're going to call that an illegal shift.
Bring up 1st and 15.
So that's going to set them back 5. Little more if they want to get that first down now. 1st and 15 at the 35.
Yeah, you don't see that one too often. That was thrown by the white hat on the field.
Grenier in the backfield, and he's going to go ahead and take that. Rolls through a bunch of guys and just doesn't even want to go down. There were 2 or 3 Huskies that had hands on him, but Grenier just punished him coming through. He looked like a little bit of, I don't know, that was like an Earl Campbell run right there. Just he was going downhill, man.
Yeah, he's one of those guys that eats pork chops for breakfast.
Yeah, talking to his dad, I'm not surprised. He's probably on a strictly meat diet. 2nd and 7 now here.
Let's go, Blue!
St. Mary coming up on the midfield. Going to be a handoff to Grenier again. Really good tackle.
Grenier tries the left side.
That was an excellent tackle from Clapp.
Play in there by Braxton Clapp.
Yeah, it was. Boom. That's how you teach it.
Well, you know, I mean, and that's the thing, kindred spirits, right? Because Clapp, he plays a lot like Logan Grenier and just loves to hit. You can tell that he loves the contact. He loves the competition. High motor. And they kind of got him back in a linebacker position now, whereas he was doing a little bit of work on the line. So 3rd and about 7, and Grenier's got it again as he just kind of bulls his way through a couple of arm tackles before he's brought down. And Clapp again was trying to get his way in there and just kind of muck things up as we're 3 yards short now of the first down. 4th and 3.
What a patient drive. I mean, it's full of action, but it's just ounce by ounce.
Well, you know, and credit to the Huskies, too. They are making St. Mary earn every one of those yards.
Yep.
Come on, Blue, make it happen. Come on, Blue! Let's go!
So they got to get 3. Shotgun formation. Grenier in the backfield, and it's Grenier who's going to take it. He's not going to get it. Breckenridge gets the stop. Grenier maybe got a yard on that play. The defense stands strong and get the Huskies with their own stand to create a turnover on downs.
This is the momentum maker of the game.
Yeah, big moment, Tyler.
That's the first time I've seen the Snowbirds unsuccessfully, without mistakes or interceptions or turnovers. That's the first time I've seen them stopped this year.
So we've got both wares on the defensive line.
Look at this formation, Tom.
Yeah, we've seen this a little bit where they'll set out 4 receivers to one side, this time the left side, man in motion, and it's going to be a jet sweep. And St. Mary reads that one. That's going to be a big-time tackle for loss. Probably lost about 5, maybe 6 yards on that.
That just seemed like the Snowbirds saw that through a crystal ball almost. I mean, they knew that play was coming. They knew it, they've seen it before, and they just were there.
So with that 4 receiver set, we've seen them use some screen passes there before, and this time, though, they go for the jet sweep, and there's just nothing going. 2nd and 15. Corbett drops back, pressure coming, and he gets an open man. Tackles just there at right about the 45-yard line.
Back across
Number 3 on the reception.
territory, up across the 45-yard line down to the 44.
So they got some of that back. That was Trey Most on the reception.
Quarter, your score,
Makes a good move to get his angle there.
20.
And so that's going to end the third quarter. Your score right now, 28-20. We're going to step aside, pay some bills. We'll be back with the final quarter, the fourth quarter, coming up on Next Level Broadcasting.
Now hometown Cherry Capital Airport, TVC. TVC Airport will get you to your dream destination anywhere in the world. Visit tvcairport.com now.
All right, welcome back. Fourth quarter about to start here. St. Mary with the 28-20 lead. Breckenridge, though, is able to make a good defensive stop and get the ball back. And they are across midfield. 2nd and 6. Really nice offensive play, a pass and catch. Trey Most on the reception, able to get some of that yardage back after their penalty on first down. And again, Ware trying to get to the backfield. Wide open man down the seam, and Breckenridge able to take advantage of the blitz. St. Mary sold out on the blitz, and they found a wide open receiver down that right sideline. And so now Breckenridge, the Huskies, only trailing by 2 here in the opening moments of the fourth quarter, with a chance to tie things up here if they can get the conversion in there. This has been just nonstop back and forth action tonight. Shout out from Yoga with Chris. Go Birds. Appreciate you listening and watching from home. Give my best to Maya and Punky. 2-point conversion attempt here. We've got 4 receivers set. Watch that quarterback sneak, though. He's going to dish that one over the middle, and that's going to be broken up. Looked like Nathan O'Connell get in there and broke that one up. So St. Mary going to hang on to the 2-point lead with 11:53 to go here in the ball game.
2-point conversion, no good.
Just want to let you know that, Rafi's Hibachi and Sushi Bar, great place to celebrate a big win. And if they can pull it off tonight for St. Mary, it'd be a big win. Same for Breckenridge, though. If you got a special anniversary, head on down to Rafi's Hibachi and Sushi Bar as well. They'll make all your plans for those special moments extra special. They've got a menu with something on there for everybody. Also a proud sponsor of our Player of the Game tonight and every week. It's Rafi's Hibachi. Player of the Game, you'll get a gift certificate to Rafi's. Make sure you tune in for that Player of the Game. We'll do that in our post-game show, sponsored by Alpine Eye Care.
Yeah, get yourself a sushi roll. Get it all made up fat and delicious. They got all different kinds of vegetables and meats to your heart's desire. I mean, I've eaten there a couple times.
Yeah. All right, here we go. St. Mary hangs on to the lead. And now Breckenridge going to kick it off. Bird's going to try and get something done. This one's going to go out of bounds. Went out of bounds at the 32. It'll be spotted at the 35. So there we are. 1st and 10. Good field position for St. Mary. Wondering if they're going to continue with a run heavy or if they're going to try and open up that passing game a little bit.
I'll start
5 yards from where the ball goes out of bounds.
Yeah, I think they're probably going to keep on punching the run cycle here, just trading out runners and making their way up the field. If I had some way to predict that, that's what I would do.
So Logan Grenier in the backfield. O'Connell in the shotgun. Dureski set up on the right side there, split out a little bit wide. It's going to be Logan Greenier trying. No, it's O'Connell coming around the right side, and he's hit but fumbled the ball, and it goes right into the hands of a Breckenridge defender. Helmet on the ball, and Blaze Snyder was right there, the senior Husky. That ball went right into his arms, and he took off the other direction, and it's a miracle that St. Mary was able to collect themselves and make the tackle. Breckenridge with a chance to make something happen here. Down only 2, and now with the ball at the St. Mary 28-yard line. That's a big blow for the Snowbirds at the 11:42 mark here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, O'Connell got popped, and I think it was a helmet that did it, and it, like you said, just right into Blaze's arms.
And the fans fired up, telling the defense to dig deep. And it's going to be Corbett. It's going to take it around the right side. Well covered, though. He's able to get some momentum there. And initially looked like he might have been brought down after just a yard or 2 gain, but able to get the edge and 5-yard gain on the play.
And you know, Tom, I caught that whole fumble in 4K. You mentioned that Next Level has an Instagram full of highlights. That's probably going to make it on that Instagram page, if I was to guess.
Well, for certainly if they do a highlight reel for Breckenridge, that was a great play for the defense. And so now St. Mary going to really have to strap it up. Corbett going to be forced out of the pocket, goes underneath. He's got an open man and tiptoes his way down the sideline. Going to be inside the 10, probably down to the 5. That was a nice pass and catch. Trey Most, the senior again.
6-yard line, he's forced out of bounds by Weissel. First and goal.
Corbett does a really nice job. Even forced out of the pocket, he's been pretty cool all night.
Yeah, that
he knows it, and it's a defense has got a choice. They're either going to commit to him as a runner, or they're going to potentially leave somebody open as he goes around that left side again, and he's going to be brought down back at the line of scrimmage.
Corbett tries the left side. Jackson Bernier chases him down from
Yeah,
behind.
Jackson Bernier, that was a great chase down tackle.
He wasn't going to let him out of his reach, that's for sure.
Gain of about 1.
So that's going to be second and goal from the 5-yard line.
If you're the St. Mary Snowbirds, you're feeling the heat right now. The momentum is soaring for the Huskies, and every time they try to answer, something happens.
This has been just one of those battles all night long. Neither team willing to just bend an inch.
Yeah, you can definitely tell both teams really want to win this game.
Going to be a man in motion, and it's going to be a handoff, and he's got a little bit of room and some blocking, and he's going to get himself into the end zone for a touchdown. No flags on the play. That was Eli Chapin on the jet sweep, and Breckenridge now with a little bit of a lead here as we get to about the midpoint, maybe just about the 1/3 point into the fourth quarter. 32-28 your score right now.
Yeah, Chapin's been a staple. We've been calling his name in the second half a lot. He's really been contributing to this momentum.
So the last time we saw this formation, you may recall, Tyler, it was a snap to number 42. Sir, it was a sideways snap, and it's going to be that play again, and he's going to pass it incomplete. So a wrinkle on the wrinkle play that we saw the last time. The first time they ran it, Sir took it into the end zone for the 2-point play, and of course St. Mary was ready for that, and this time it was a designed pass from Sir.
Was that a forward lateral or something? Or
it was like a pitch. It was like a shovel pass, sorta, and I think that was a design play, to be honest with you. So we've got it tightened up here now, and Breckenridge retakes the lead, 32-28. We're under the 10-minute mark here, and St. Mary going to have to buckle down and make something happen here on offense. Got to protect the ball. Turnovers Can't afford those, and you can't afford penalties. Got to run some clean plays here if you're St. Mary and try and get back in the lead. And this could come down, Tyler, one of those games where it's going to come down to who's got the last possession.
Yeah, and you just really missing Cal Royce right now. That's kind of their best receiver, and you know it's more than just catching passes. It's a way to throw some variety into your offensive weapons.
Well, and he's you know, an impact in the linebacker position and also as a running back, and a nice change of pace as Switalski smartly bats that one out of bounds right around the 33.
It was like volleyball right there, just kind of set it out of bounds.
You know, if there was men's volleyball, I believe he would probably excel at that. Switalski, Eli is just, he's a heck of an athlete in just about everything he does.
Snowbirds will have it. First and 10 from the 32.
I could definitely see him, you know, setting up the big spike.
Oh, yeah.
Logan Grenier now in the backfield. Dureski again going to be the up back here, and it's going to be Grenier with the carry. He's going to bounce it around the right side and then find his way back to the middle and gets himself some good yardage on that first carry.
Bull in a china shop.
Yes, sir. That's how those Grenier boys operate.
And there's something to be said about having a brother growing up with brothers, because back when you had that 42-on-42 contact, you know, just kind of the aggressiveness that you see, mano-y-mano, it's what happens when you grow up in a household of brothers, you know what I mean? There's this competitive spirit, and you're seeing it on the football field right now.
4 yards here for the first down, and it's going to be Grenier again. He's going to keep plowing through, and, you know, initially had him behind the original line of scrimmage, and he just kept the yards churning. That was some Ron Dane yardage right there, as he's just short of the first. Now they're going to go ahead and say he got the first. All right, so the Snowbirds eating up a little clock and moving the chains here. Right around the 9-minute mark. First and 10. O'Connell tried to keep it, but he lost his footing. It was a quarterback option, and initially he was going to give it to Grenier, but read the play and knew he had some room, but got his feet tangled up just a little bit, and it's going to end up being about a 4-yard loss.
Man, you can just kind of read the body language going on right now. Nathan O'Connell is upset about that, but you want to know what? I've been noticing when these guys are tying their shoes, it's taking a long time. They probably can't feel their fingers, Tom.
Little chilly out there tonight, and that's Grenier again. He's got a nice hole, gets all that yardage back and then some. Logan Grenier with just a nice carry, and that wasn't one of those big bull in the china shop runs. That was really good, just using good vision to find some gaps and seams there and make his way in there and create really a 3rd and 3 at this point.
Yeah.
3rd and 3, 3rd and 4, about halfway in between here, and he's going to stay in there. And they're going to give him another dose of Grenier, and he's going to have that first down. It sure looks like it. Now we've got one judge that says he just about got it, and one says he's about a yard short. So it's going to bring up 4th and 1. This is a very, very important down for St. Mary. They've got to keep pace with Breckenridge at this point. The way that offense has been rolling from the Huskies, you really don't want to see him get that ball back right now. The Husky faithful here at St. Mary Family Field all fired up here, and this is going to be O'Connell going to easily get that first down. Gets it down to about the 49-yard line, or rather the 41-yard line. Sorry, 46. I can't count today, Tyler. I don't know what to tell you.
San Francisco 46ers.
They'll have it just outside the Huskies.
That's right. That is right.
It's a beautiful night. It is a little chilly, but you can kind of see the pine trees in the background. I mean, just love to be here.
First and 10. Logan Grenier is going to take that one, and it's going to take a couple of Huskies to bring him down. About a 2-yard gain on that play. Checking in on the YouTube feed Appreciate everybody in there. Green Go Birds from Logan and Lucas, older brother. Appreciate you, Mr. Greenier. Also, Michael K. down in Kingsley, one of our regular viewers, wishing that the Kingsley Stags had some next-level broadcasting in their life. Just have them call us anytime. We'll be willing to talk. Matthew Stebbins, go Carter, sir. And there's O'Connell on the keeper. And again, Breckenridge really good at going for that football. O'Connell does a good job to keep it wrapped up.
Yeah, any other team, and these Snowbirds are finding a hole after running that ball consistently, 2-3 times. These Huskies, they are constantly packing whatever openings are being made.
That was Blaze Snyder reaching for that ball, looking for a strip there as O'Connell was on his way down. 3rd and about 2.5. Snowbirds moving. Breckenridge defense bending, haven't broken yet, and there's Greenier. He's going to be met. Big hit at the point of attack.
The middle of the line. Hit by a crashing Eli Chapin.
Chapin with the big hit on that. But you got to give Braxton Clapp. He was in there too to kind of clean that up. That was a big time hit from Trey Most as well. Got in the middle of that. So it's going to be 4th and 3. 5 minutes, under 5 minutes on the clock. St. Mary got to get this first down.
Thunder in the stands, shaking the camera. These fans are committed, baby.
And here comes the run blitz as O'Connell is going to be hit, and it looks like he got it as he falls across the 35-yard line.
Golly, that is so dangerous. His default setting is to spin, which I love. But, oh, man, I cringe every time he's going back first into the defensive territory there.
Just a heck of an effort, too, for him to just push those legs. You could see him just drive those legs, dig in, and will his way across the line. That was just a heck of an effort. 4:20 coming up on the clock. It's going to be a handoff. That's Greenier. He's going to rumble down, and that's Clapp trying to get that ball loose. That's about a 5-yard gain on that carry. I tell you what, Greenier has just been churning tonight.
Both of them.
Blaze Snyder giving him a pat on the shoulder pads, picking him up off the turf. It's been a war out there between these Huskies and Snowbirds, but gentlemen on both sides, between the whistles. You got to love it. Great kids. There's O'Connell now. He's going to keep this one. He's got some room up the middle, and he's going to be just short of the first down.
Across the 30, near the 25-yard line.
Yeah, I mean, Greenier and O'Connell, they're doing everything. The little stuff, the extra stuff, it's all happening. You can see they're just kind of squeegeeing out every ounce of effort they can just to make every play as best as they can.
Seeing hands on hips on both sides of the line of scrimmage. This has been the biggest challenge for St. Mary all year. Breckenridge has really brought the A game into Gaylord tonight. O'Connell again, he's looking for some room, slashes his way in there. Going to be stood up and taken down. He's got the first down by a few, and that's going to move the chains just short of the 20-yard line. As we come up on the 3-minute mark here in just a moment. Just to let you know, appreciate Nick Wenzel chiming in with the score of the Tigers going into the top of the 5th, so the Tigers will be batting still down 1-0 out in Seattle.
Home run coming.
Yeah, by the time we wrap this one up, you should be able to catch the last couple innings. 2:39 now on the clock. O'Connell's going to keep it. He's going to try that left side. Not a lot of room. He maybe got a couple of yards, and the clock is ticking down. And this is, like we said, Tyler, this is one of those situations where it's going to play out. The last team with possession is going to have the shot to win or lose this game. And right now it's shaping up to be St. Mary. 2nd and 8. They need to get right about to the 11 for that first down to move the chains. That's Greenier is going to take that one up the middle, and he's able to move the pile.
Middle yardage there.
And he's going to bring up a 3rd and short. Effective carry by Logan Greenier. He's been just pounding away all night long.
There's got to be 8, 9, 10 run carries on this drive. It's like that saying of an unstoppable object meets an immovable force.
Under 1:30 now, and that's going to be a bad snap. And it looks like Breckenridge is going to scoop and score on that high snap, and they're going to take it to the house.
Wow.
All the way down for the touchdown, and that is most likely going to seal it.
That is incredible.
A high snap, and you know, Nathan O'Connell, everything he could do to try and get down there and fall on top of it. And initially it looked like it was going to be recovered and down, but the ball squirted free, and that is just heartbreaking if you're a Snowbird fan tonight. So 38-28 with 1:19. Breckenridge in the driver's seat, and it's just one of those situations. Golly.
That you got to hand it to the defense. They were there the whole drive. They were making sure there was no breakaway runs, and they had a lot of them to defend against. And then just to stay in there and wait until they made the mistake. I mean, you got to hand it to Breckenridge. That was an amazing effort on defense.
And, you know, it's just one of those situations where they're going to tackle him, no 2-point conversion.
Back to pass.
That was Greenier on the tackle. So 10 points. It's going to be a mission impossible at this point, but we'll see.
Well, if they can run back a kick return, that's going to really help them.
Not sure exactly what that call was. Didn't catch that. Did you, Tyler? Looked like it might have been a sideline penalty.
Maybe that, or I do know Greenier tackled him pretty hard, but I mean, it was a legal tackle, so I don't know why there'd be a penalty.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Not sure. You can see some frustration from the fellas there. And, of course, you know, teammates trying to console their buddy there, the, you know, snapper on that play. And it's just one of those things that can happen. You hate to see it, but.
Personal foul on the Snowbirds.
Yeah, I've heard that. That's one of Coach O'Connell's sticking points, is making sure you're doing the small stuff right.
Well, and again, important to point out that, you know, basically no impact on the conference championship either way here for the Snowbirds. And honestly, you know, Tyler, if you're going to take anything away from this, this is just a really good football team, the best football team that you've played all year, hands down. And, you know, maybe a team that sets you up, this kind of game sets you up for really getting your head in the zone for that Inland Lakes game coming up in a couple of weeks. And they're going to go ahead and boot that one right on out of bounds, and St. Mary will take that 1st and 10 at the 35 with 1:19 to go. Just absolutely heartbreaking situation there, but, you know, they've got to go in there and let's see them execute a couple of plays.
Yeah, they can get it within 4. They got 1:19 to do it. If they could score quick on this drive, and by quick I mean quick, possibly run a fumble or an interception. It's doable. It's not impossible, but it's going to take a mighty effort.
I could maybe do it on NFL 25. And so now we're going to see Nathan O'Connell split out wide. Eli Switolski in the quarterback position. He's got a decent arm. And I'll tell you what, O'Connell is going to be a really tough matchup over there on that split wide to the right. Now, also, you got to keep in mind, too, Switolski, if they sell out on the pass, Switolski is definitely got some speed, man. You got to watch those wheels if you're Breckenridge. I mean, it's going to be an impossible mission here, but we'll see.
I like this. I like the variety that Nathan O'Connell is able to offer, and Switalski is able to offer variety. You got double variety. I mean, you're talking about a bag of popcorn here. You don't know if it's salty or caramel.
So we still have a 1-0 ball game out in Seattle. Tarek Skubal just closed out the fourth inning. Tigers up to bat. Appreciate the update there, Nick. Not sure what we're doing here as the officials conferencing, and now they're moving the football. They were going to assess that after the kick. I thought they assessed that on the kick.
Yeah, the fans aren't having it. They're letting them hear it.
Yeah, that's it. So the St. Mary's point is that it was kicked out of bounds, so it should be spotted at the 35. And of course, you know, referees getting a lot of help from all the fans, as they usually do. Yeah, on these kinds of situations. So there it is at the 25 now. Not sure what that was about. Might have been now they're going to ask for an explanation. Coach wants to know what the heck is going on.
Yeah, they're talking it over with the white hat here. He seemed to be the one that made the call, so it's just giving the St. Mary's an extra breath of fresh air. They're going to need it. They got to do everything they can on this drive.
Well, they're going to continue to talk about this one. It's, well, we'll see. We'll see, Tyler. I mean, I can't think of any reason they would have it at the 25 unless they were assessing a penalty, but I didn't see a flag. And they're trying to explain now to Coach O'Connell why they decided that it needed to be spotted at the 25 and not the 35 with the out-of-bounds kick. And that's going to be it. And they're going to leave that ball right there at the 25. So it's a three-receiver set. Switalski is going to take that back, and he's going to juggle that a little bit. And as we expected, he's a threat with the legs, and he's going to get the first down on the carry, and they'll immediately call a timeout with 1:12. They've got a couple of plays already dialed up, so Switalski with the hurry-up offense, they'll get the ball spotted and wind the clock, and here we go. He drops back to pass. He's looking, right side. Going to heave that one over the middle, and that's going to fall incomplete with 1:04.
Tries to find the receiver. Ball falls incomplete. 2nd and 10.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised that didn't go to O'Connell. I mean, he had his guy. He's got him beat on the route and with the size.
We'll see. So they're going to get the play in from the sideline. Clock stopped on the incomplete pass. 3 wide receivers. Watch O'Connell on that right side. Switalski is going to go the other way, though, and he's got his man.
What a catch.
Beautiful catch. Weissel there with it, and a little bit slow to get up. Kept his hands on it, but
46-yard line.
I wouldn't be surprised if he might have tore an oblique or something. I mean, he's stretched out in that air.
So the Breckenridge training staff out there first. And they're going to check on him and see how he's. I think he may be right. Didn't look like any kind of a leg injury or anything like that. Both teams banged up for sure, and we're just going to take a moment and make sure that he's okay. And while we do that, we'll go ahead and step aside for a moment, bring you back for the final minutes coming up on Next Level Broadcasting.
Vision Source and Gaylord Eye Care are proud to be offering their services to local communities across northern Michigan. With locations in Gaylord, Boyne City, Bel Air, and Sheboygan, they're committed to serving you and providing a trusted source of credentials and expertise. If you're struggling with anything vision related, then don't hesitate to schedule a consultation and meet their friendly and experienced staff for yourself.
Hi, I'm Orion, but you might know me for my business, Professional Seamless Gutters, where we specialize in, you guessed it, everything gutters. New installations, replacements, cleaning, leaf guards, rain chains, and much more. But unlike other service providers, when you call Professional Seamless Gutters, you get me, Orion, not some bum intern or call center recording. So when you're contemplating any services regarding your gutters on your home or pole barn, think Professional Seamless Gutters.
Hi, it's Kevin Klein from TVC Airport. We're proud to help keep you connected to high school sports in northern Michigan, so you can stay in the game all season long with TVC, your northern Michigan connection.
Are you interested in building a new home or renovating an existing one? With over 100 years of combined experience, J&J Construction is one of the most reliable and respected general contractors in our service area. J&J is a trusted construction partner valued by architects, subcontractors, financiers, and most of all, their clients. J&J Construction has been completing quality homes and improvement projects that add value to the communities they serve. They bring a passion for innovation and a commitment to quality to every job they do. Call them today.
Today's game is presented by J&J Construction, Gaylord Seal Coating, Robert T. Westerman, Attorney at Law, Professional Seamless Gutters, Schultz's Marathon Party Store, Mama Leone's, Raffy's Hibachi and Sushi Bar, The Powerhouse Gym, Gaylord Eye Care Center, Traverse City TVC Cherry Capital Airport, and Sky Media 45. We hope you are enjoying tonight's game.
We all know northern Michigan winters take a toll on our parking lots and driveways, but Gaylord Seal Coating has you covered. A proud sponsor of local high school athletics, Gaylord Seal Coating specializes in infrared seamless asphalt repair, hot pour crack filling, striping, and more. Need a new snowplow solution this winter? GSC can do that too. Commercial, residential, private roadways, and associations, Gaylord Seal Coating is your answer. Give them a call today at 989-732-5003.
Hi, I'm Orion, but you might know me for my business, Professional Seamless Gutters, where we specialize in, you guessed it, everything gutters. New installations, replacements, cleaning, leaf guards, rain chains, and much more. But unlike other service providers, when you call Professional Seamless Gutters, you get me, Orion, not some bum intern or call center recording. So when you're contemplating any services regarding your gutters on your home or pole barn, think Professional Seamless Gutters.
Are you interested in building a new home or renovating an existing one? With over 100 years of combined experience, J&J Construction is one of the most reliable and respected general contractors in our service area. J&J is a trusted construction partner valued by architects, subcontractors, financiers, and most of all, their clients. J&J Construction has been completing quality homes and improvement projects that add value to the communities they serve. They bring a passion for innovation and a commitment to quality to every job they do. Call them today.
Vision Source and Gaylord Eye Care are proud to be offering their services to local communities across northern Michigan. With locations in Gaylord, Boyne City, Bel Air, and Sheboygan, they're committed to serving you and providing a trusted source of credentials and expertise. If you're struggling with anything vision related, then don't hesitate to schedule a consultation and meet their friendly and experienced staff for yourself.
Now's the time to fly from your Northern Michigan hometown Cherry Capital Airport. TVC. TVC Airport will get you to your dream destination anywhere in the world. Visit tvcairport.com now.
Hi, I'm Orion, but you might know me for my business, Professional Seamless Gutters, where we specialize in, you guessed it, everything gutters. New installations, replacements, cleaning, leaf guards, rain chains, and much more. But unlike other service providers, when you call Professional Seamless Gutters, you get me, Orion, not some bum intern or call center recording. So when you're contemplating any services regarding your gutters on your home or pole barn, think Professional Seamless Gutters.
We all know Northern Michigan winters take a toll on our parking lots and driveways, but Gaylord Seal Coating has you covered. A proud sponsor of local high school athletics, Gaylord Seal Coating specializes in infrared seamless asphalt repair, hot pour crack filling, striping, and more. Need a new snowplow solution this winter? GSC can do that too. Commercial, residential, private roadways, and associations, Gaylord Seal Coating is your answer. Give them a call today at 989-732-5003.
All right, welcome back to St. Mary Family Field. We'll be back just for a brief moment while they still tend to St. Mary player down. It was Cash Weissel, and it's, obviously the players are upset. Mom and dad are out there, and mom just got done telling the crowd to, hey, just relax. He's going to be just fine. And so at any rate, the St. Mary players obviously upset, and they're going to join the Breckenridge players, and this appears like it may be just a group going to get together, both teams, to sort of console one another. Obviously, St. Mary's players concerned about their teammate, and Breckenridge, they've shown class all night. We've talked about it. Hard hitting team both directions, but the players helping one another up after the whistles and things of that nature. And just one thing I want to point out to our St. Mary's folks and to the folks down in Breckenridge as well. While we were in this extended timeout, head coach Isaac Gregory making his way around several of the St. Mary's players who were on the field at the time, and just some words of encouragement and consolement from him. And I tell you what, it just speaks to just a class act of a coach and a role model for these young men, and you can understand why. Why the team is the way they are. They're a tough, hard-hitting team, and but at the end of the day, they're just good human beings out there, and it's just been a pleasure to watch the character on both sides. So as we have the medical folks that are going to come out and take things from here, we'll go ahead and step aside again for another moment. We've got about a minute left in the ball game, and we'll get this one wrapped up from St. Mary Community Field. Coming up with the final couple of plays next on Next Level Broadcasting.
Construction, Gaylord Seal Coating, Robert T. Westerman, Attorney at Law, Professional Seamless Gutters, Schultz's Marathon Party Store, Mama Leone's, Raffy's Hibachi and Sushi Bar, The Powerhouse Gym, Gaylord Eye Care Center, Traverse City TVC Cherry Capital Airport, and Sky Media 45. We hope you are enjoying tonight's game.
We all know Northern Michigan winters take a toll on our parking lots and driveways, but Gaylord Seal Coating has you covered. A proud sponsor of local high school athletics, Gaylord Seal Coating specializes in infrared seamless asphalt repair, hot pour crack filling, striping, and more. Need a new snowplow solution this winter? GSC can do that too. Commercial, residential, private roadways, and associations, Gaylord Seal Coating is your answer. Give them a call today at 989-732-5003.
Hi, I'm Orion, but you might know me for my business, Professional Seamless Gutters, where we specialize in, you guessed it, everything gutters. New installations, replacements, cleaning, leaf guards, rain chains, and much more. But unlike other service providers, when you call Professional Seamless Gutters, you get me, Orion, not some bum intern or call center recording. So when you're contemplating any services regarding your gutters on your home or pole barn, think Professional Seamless Gutters.
Are you interested in building a new home or renovating an existing one? With over 100 years of combined experience, J&J Construction is one of the most reliable and respected general contractors in our service area. J&J is a trusted construction partner valued by architects, subcontractors, financiers, and most of all, their clients. J&J Construction has been completing quality homes and improvement projects that add value to the communities they serve. They bring a passion for innovation and a commitment to quality to every job they do. Call them today.
Vision Source and Gaylord Eye Care are proud to be offering their services to local communities across northern Michigan. With locations in Gaylord, Boyne City, Bel Air, and Sheboygan, they're committed to serving you and providing a trusted source of credentials and expertise. If you're struggling with anything vision related, then don't hesitate to schedule a consultation and meet their friendly and experienced staff for yourself.
Now's the time to fly from your northern Michigan hometown Cherry Capital Airport. TVC. TVC Airport will get you to your dream destination anywhere in the world. Visit tvcairport.com now.
Today's game is presented by J&J Construction, Gaylord Seal Coating, Robert T. Westerman, Attorney at Law, Professional Seamless Gutters, Schultz's Marathon Party Store, Mama Leone's, Raffy's Hibachi and Sushi Bar, The Powerhouse Gym, Gaylord Eye Care Center, Traverse City TVC Cherry Capital Airport, and Sky Media 45. We hope you are enjoying tonight's game.
Hi, it's Kevin Klein from TVC Airport. We're proud to help keep you connected to high school sports in northern Michigan, so you can stay in the game all season long with TVC, your northern Michigan connection.
Welcome back to St. Mary Family Field. As medical officials were able to take Cash Weissel off the field, obvious pain and family obviously upset, and of course so were the players. There's still 59 seconds left on the clock, but really just the whole incident sort of taking front and center here is, of course, the fans and the family and friends. And, of course, our neighbors from Breckenridge, too. Everyone, thoughts and prayers are with Cash Weissel at the moment. Don't know much about the specifics of the injury other than to say that it required medical attention and he had to be taken off the field, and he'll be taken down to likely the Gaylord Hospital to be checked out. So please keep him and his family in your thoughts and prayers, as obviously the health and safety of all of our players is the most important thing in light of the competition being as spirited as it was, as clean as it was as well. You just hate to see something like this happen, and well, we'll just keep praying for the best for Cash and his family here. And I believe that they're just going to go ahead and call the game right here. So with that, your final score tonight, Breckenridge Huskies earned themselves a 38-28 win on the road. A really heck of an effort by St. Mary, and a really, really great effort by the Huskies. And just, just got to say again, just what a show of class and character from both schools, but it's great to see a visiting team and just the compassion that they have and the understanding they have that there are some things that are more important than the score at the end of the day. Any thoughts there, Tyler?
Yeah, I think it's just a beautiful sight to watch young kids, and especially with the world. There's so many things that are going on that are crazy, and it's just really encouraging to see young men from South Michigan and North Michigan come together and just share in a moment of humanity, and obviously praying for Cash Weissel and his healing in Jesus' name, and just full sportsmanship on display from the coaching staff and both football teams. It truly did rise above the importance of finishing the ball game, and I think that speaks volumes.
Yeah, and you know, it takes a little bit of the shine off of a victory, you know, for the Breckenridge players, but obviously, you know, you can tell that their feelings and thoughts are with with a opponent and his health and welfare, and it's just it's just a tremendously tough moment, and of course the St. Mary Snowbirds going to go to their respective end zone, and same with Breckenridge, and prayers going on both sides. And I'll tell you what, just one heck of a football game, and at the end underscored by a tremendous demonstration of character and sportsmanship. And if MHSAA is looking at a game that really kind of demonstrates a lot of the values that they espouse in their teams and coaches, this is one that they should definitely look at in light of a situation that's really tough, as we've got an injured player at the end of this game. But I don't know. There's not a whole lot more to say. We do have an obligation for to at least name a player of the game for Rafi Zabachi, one of our important sponsors and a big supporter of St. Mary football. And I've got to tell you that a lot of guys played with a lot of heart, really tough. But nobody really demonstrated that toughness quite as much as Logan Grenier tonight, as he carried the load, just a heavy load, and nothing, not to take away anything from Nathan O'Connell, who also, really, really served that running game. But Logan Grenier, just a tremendous effort and a heavy workload. And, he's banged up and bruised up and has been since the beginning of the season. And so we want to thank him for his effort. And again, thank the Breckenridge Huskies for a great game up here tonight. And we wish them and their fans all the best the rest of the way, a couple more weeks. And hopefully they get themselves a spot in the playoffs. And maybe we'll get a chance to see him again down the road. Of course, that's the ultimate goal for this team, is to see what they can do in the postseason. And so with that, we'll go ahead and step aside for a final time tonight. Next week, we've got Holton in town. And, of course, want to appreciate the Alpine Eye Care Center for sponsoring our post game. A little bit abbreviated tonight under the circumstances, but we do appreciate them. And, if you want to make sure you never miss a play, all you got to do is get on down there. They'll do, of course, a full examination and get you squared away with prescription glasses or contacts. That's where I go, the Alpine Eye Care Center. And most of the time, it helps me call the right numbers out here on these plays. And, of course, if you're a fan or a referee, I definitely recommend you get on down there. And also want to give a shout out here as we're getting into the middle part of the fall. If you haven't made your fall or winter plans for vacation, make sure you do that with TVC Cherry Capital Airport. They'll get you there. They'll take you to the Florida beaches, the Caribbean, get you out on the golf courses down in the Southwest or on the West Coast. They serve all kinds of destinations, 20 nonstop destinations, as a matter of fact, on all 7 airlines, including Avalo and Sun Country. Don't miss out. Seats filling fast, and you can get that thing booked. Your 2025 fall vacation experience, just visit tvcairport.com. Also there to get your up-to-the-minute flight details. And so that will do it for a final time for us. I'm Tom Clemenson, Tyler Blom, taking care of the camera duties and color commentary, and, of course, Zach Kennedy making it all happen behind the scenes. He's the linchpin in this whole operation. Couldn't get it done without Zach, and appreciate all of you for tuning in and watching with us online. Thank you all so very much, and we'll see you next week with Holton coming to town. Take care.